Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Absolute Football Podcast's Absolutely Lower League, the show dedicated to everything from the EFL Championship, League One, League Two, the Vanarama National League, and from next season, the National League North and South. How exciting is that? How exciting! And spoiler alert, Sam thinks that he has found a way to make the graphics quicker. So hopefully, I know I am buzzing. I just thought I'd share it all because that has honestly made my life a lot easier. So I'm excited. But obviously, of course, I could not do this alone. This week we will be winging it because there's not many games to talk about. The Euros are starting, obviously, tomorrow. So we will just be talking about news at all of our clubs. So everybody in the chat, please feel free to send in any transfer news or anything going on at your club, any rumours that you've seen, and I will read them out. Please be patient, though, because there is a lot of chat, so don't think I have forgot you. But Claire, how are you and how's your week been?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Been a busy old week, but very excited that today is my fake Friday and I've got a long weekend off work. Get to see my friends get married and wear a pretty dress. So, all's good. How are you? Are you better?
Yeah, I'm really good. I just wanted to apologise to everyone in the chat as well for last week. I did have tonsillitis, so I'm sorry we didn't get any football content out there, but we will have more fun this week, and I'm feeling a lot better. And I'm actually hoping, Claire, even though you are going to a wedding, are you going to wear one of your famous rain macs?
Well, judging by the weather forecast, I might have no choice.
We need a Where's Claire wedding special.
Well, if you see what size bag I've bought by accident, then anything's possible. In fact,
get started on that.
Is it as big as Shaw's furniture?
Oh, honestly, that was. If anybody didn't see my tweet, by the way, I've kind of got a bit of obsession at the minute with Shein and Temu. So I thought I found a really, really good bargain, and it was some furniture. And I thought, you know what? This is a real good bargain I've got here. Anyway, I waited. It must have been like 2.5, 3 months for this to come, because obviously I think it was from China or wherever, and it's little doll's house furniture. So that will be sent to my little niece, bless her, for her doll's house.
My bag.
Couldn't even get any Tic Tacs in there, did you?
Let me show you how my phone goes in.
Does it fit? I love it. Oh, that's quality.
God's sake.
Oh, that is hilarious. And how are you and how's your week been?
Yeah, not too bad. A little bit less hair than what was on yesterday's podcast. I've had a lovely trim and all that today. Apart from that, just sick of being cold in summer. But I'm going away next week, so I'm chilled out for that.
Where are you going?
Isle of Wight. I'm going to a music festival. So
nice.
the weather seems nice, so I'm looking forward to it. I went last year, I loved it, so I'm looking forward to going again. Yeah, nice week off worrying about which football manager's going to turn Sunderland down this week. So we'll get into that later. But yeah, I'm good. Thank you very much. I'm glad that you're feeling better as well, Sha.
Oh, thank you. And I know about the weather. I've got a jumper on. I mean, it's June, nearly July, and I've got a jumper on.
And I've put the heating on because my house was 15 degrees. 15 degrees in June. Like, that's not okay.
It's not okay.
It's not, is it?
Not okay. Uncle Nick, how are you and how's your week been? I feel like it's been forever.
I know. It's obviously you were poorly, and I'm glad you're better now.
Thank you.
And I missed a couple of weeks for various reasons. So yeah, it's good to be back. Like I say, same as everybody else. I'm fine, but oh God, the weather. There's some trees in the field at the back of our garden, and they are blowing like it's November. I've had to put the old gas fire on this evening while I was sat downstairs. It's bloody freezing. So yeah, like everybody else, suffering with the weather.
I'm guessing you're not laughing at Uncle Nick. You're laughing at that comment.
Yeah.
I was like, that's really tight, Claire. But weather's bad. Don't laugh at Uncle Nick.
I am sorry, Uncle Nick. I didn't
I
mean
should think so.
I'm
I should think so.
at Robson being sunburned.
He's there. He's at Isle of Wight, is he? And he's sunburnt. That's good news. That gives us a lot.
It didn't tell me he was going on holiday. You better bring me a fridge magnet, Robson.
And you better take your sun cream.
Yeah, I'll bring you a fridge magnet back if you want.
You've got to send in the Stockport shirt though to get your fridge magnet.
I have got it.
Been getting the Stockport top for 6 months. It's come off team, you want it?
It'll come that big.
Yeah, it'll be one of them ones. Remember them ones you used to stick up in the car?
Yeah.
One of them.
I couldn't bear to get rid of one of my own, so I bought you one. Like, you don't know how lucky that is. In fact, you owe me about 10 pints.
All right, it's fine.
And last but not least, Kieran, how are you and how's your week been? Anything positive?
You know what? Positive things. I haven't had to watch football. So no, it's been we'll take the positives. And you know what? I don't know why everyone's been complaining about, the rain and the weather because it has been crap. You know what? For the most part, this week's actually been quite nice weather-wise. But yeah, I got the. You'd think for Wales it would be quite the opposite, but yeah, I officially got a message off of my my lovely university teacher saying that I passed my course with in quotation marks relative comfort. So
love that.
Yeah, it's all good. And just to make things slightly funnier, I said it just before we started going live. We're doing a sweepstake with all the people at the sports deck, and I've conveniently gotten England. So now, no matter what, either you go out or you win. I'm happy in one regard. So
I see you're wearing the right coloured shirt, white.
Yeah, we're one step.
You're on board with it.
We're one step off. What can I say?
I feel like you should give us a song now. Because you're representing England. Go on.
I'm not. Nope, that's the last thing I'll be doing.
It's COVID. It's COVID.
Oh, my internet's cutting out. Oh, no.
Spoil sport.
No, week's been actually fantastic, and I have nothing to complain about, which is quite nice.
What the fuck? Not you. Not you. That fucking comment. Oh my god.
Captain Birdseye, I hope that's a compliment.
And we have got as well our very own Sam. What's up, party people? Fresh off a tennis court victory to see my favourite people. Yay! Sam won. Love that. Jenny saying, hey, Jude, as well.
Don't be a fool.
In the chat as well, obviously, we hope you are all having a lovely day. Like I said, if you do want to send us any transfer news or any signings made at your club, please do, and I will read them out. In the chat as well, we have got Michael has put, I've just seen Never is linked with Southampton, Ipswich and Blackburn. And no, I actually think George Never will leave. I don't want him to leave, but he's such a young, great talent. I think obviously he will. I'm sad about that though. And he's also asked me, can I sing the Ian Henderson chant? So I will sing the Ian Henderson chant, and I will sing it now. So yeah. Does anyone want to give me a countdown?
One.
I'll give you a drum roll if you want.
Oh,
you ready?
Go on.
Go.
Here's to you, Ian Henderson. Rochdale loves you more than you will know. Whoa. I hope that's okay, Michael, and I did it justice. Obviously, going back to the chat as well. I've done the Ian Henderson chant. Evening to the panel. Hello, Chris. Sweet Caroline, we have got as well. Mr. Luke saying, I know.
Yeah.
Some crap, I'll be honest with you. Even like football aside, hate him.
I love Neil Diamond, don't get us wrong, but he's just sung so many better songs than that bloody Sweet Caroline.
We have got as well, we've got a few questions coming in to people from the chat, so I will start with this one first, and Evening, folks. Who does Ant think is being lined up now for the Sunderland job after Will Still and Rosenair are now out of the picture?
I honestly don't know. I mean, it was meant to be Will Still. Apparently, that was agreed, and then Lens got rid of their manager, and he went to Lens instead. Rosinia, I think, is going to get the Burnley job, which it's a cracking appointment for Burnley. I think he'll do really well there. I'm not bothered. I don't. The bother is a Will Still. I don't know enough about him to be gutted about it. If you know what I mean? Because it's like he's like one of those ones. He's done really well wherever he's been, stuff like that. But he's totally improving over here, and is still quite a young man. Rosinia, I think, would have done a good job here, but ultimately last year, Hull sacked him for not getting into the playoffs. We all thought that was harsh, didn't we? So what he can do with Burnley, and Burnley are going to spend some money. So if he does get that job, that's fair play. But I don't know. Frank Lampard's been mentioned. I really, a lot of fans would be kind of like turning a nose up at that. I wouldn't be all that bothered with. Like, I think that's quite a clever appointment. If they got him, I honestly haven't got a clue what they're going to get. But Lampard, you can kind of say he did a really good job at Derby, and then first time at Chelsea got them into a Champions. Did he get a Champions League final? I'm pretty sure he did. But I don't know. I honestly don't know. I put like £5 on Pascal Janssen when he was like 16-1, like about 10 days ago, and he came into like even money favourite, and I thought, he was over for talks as well. So Dortmund's manager was left. I think big. But yeah, Pascal Janssen, and then he's turned us down as well. So I don't know. I haven't got a clue. Might be me. It's gone.
You better still come on these podcasts.
The hat's in ring and all that, you know what I mean? But I don't know. I really don't. I mean, fixtures get announced 2 weeks today, don't they? And we haven't got a manager, so it's like it's only been 111 days, you know what I mean? But never mind.
That's it.
We'll see.
I suppose you really need to get cracking on it, because it's going to be the transfer window, and players are going to get up by teams that have got managers. I
mean, I think I agree with what Channel NEM saying there. Like, Janssen's the one I am gutted about. The other two, I'm not all that arsed, to be honest. I think we're saying he was doing a good job, but pardon me, I'm not overly gutted about it. But yeah, you're right. The good thing I think we've got regarding that is we've got a director of football who does sign the players, so it won't be too concerning that we need someone in and we, to see the players he wants in, because that won't happen anyway. I think the worrying thing is that we've had 3. We think anyway. I mean, it's not gospel, but it's just what media reporting that 3 managers have turned us down. The club haven't come out and said anything that the club have only come and confirmed one with Will Still. They did offer Will Still everything and all that stuff, but it's the one concerning thing is it's taken so long. And if it ends up to get the right man at the end of it, then that's fair play. But what I don't want to do is just panic now, because the fans are getting a little bit fed up, and I don't want to panic and just getting a certain someone who's going to end up like another Mick Beale, where we're going to be sacking him within 3 months again. I'd rather they took the time. And if it's whoever it is, the fans have just got to get behind him now. Whoever it is who comes in, just get behind him. Just throw it to one side. That's taken so long. Get behind him and start the season well. And whoever that will be, I'd like to have an opinion on it when it does happen. It's just at the minute it's going over my head. All these people that's getting linked and this, that, left, right, and centre, because it's been on that long. I've literally got a second skin to it now. But we'll see what happens.
This one?
That I ignored that one before.
I thought you did.
I ignored that one. But yeah, I mean, again, we're going to Alicante in 5 weeks. There's still no. That's the most thing I'm pissed off about is that there's so lack of stuff like this. It's Alicante trip. They're going to Alicante in 5 weeks. We don't know who we're playing. We don't know when we're playing, and people has bought tickets for it. People's bought plane tickets, hotels, this, that, and the other, and we still haven't got a clue where we're playing. That's that side of it I'm pissed off about.
Most of the people that are going to Alicante couldn't give a shit who plays.
Well, they're going to Benidorm, aren't they? You know what I mean?
They're going for it.
But it's just that stuff. If they're taking the time getting a manager, that's fair enough. To be honest, I actually as long as it's the right person. But that stuff there, like, you know, people paying a lot of money to go there or whatever, and there's still no, you know, kind of no movement on who we're playing. I think it's a little bit silly, to be honest. But we'll see what happens. But thanks, Tranmere Rovers show. We are a big club. Thank you.
This made me laugh what Jem thought as well.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I haven't missed football at all, to be honest. I saw in the chat before, everyone's like, oh, I really miss it this annual. I couldn't give a shit. The Euro starts tomorrow and I'm literally not bothered. You know what I mean? I'm just not asked.
Yeah, do you know what? Considering my team won the league, like, I actually don't miss it. I'm enjoying
I do. We've been bought. We're making signings. I miss it.
Maybe it's only Shah here that's missing the football. Uncle Nick will be missing it.
I mean, I'm more looking forward to our night out than I am the new season starting. You know what I mean? And I'm not really looking forward to the Euros because I don't think England will win it. So I'm like, well,
like, I get swept up in it. I always watch it, but I struggle to like actually give a shit about international football. And I feel like I should, because obviously it's my country. I am patriotic, but I don't know. It just doesn't.
It's coming on.
Do you not think because they've moved the Champions League to be so late in the season now? Because it used to be in the middle, didn't it, before the FA Cup final, or at least before the playoff finals and stuff like that. It's because they've moved it to like the first week in June. So that's been, 2 weeks ago? And then now, less than 3 weeks after the Champions League final, we've got the Euros starting. It hasn't had that build-up, has it? Because it's been that quick from the Champions League, I think. I think that's what I'm kind of thinking. I'm like, well, I'm done with that stuff. And then it's like, ugh, you know what I mean? I have to pick off. So come England's first game on Sunday, I'll be like, Shah, you know what I mean? Like throwing pints all over the shop, singing it's coming home. But at the minute, I'm just not asked.
As well in the chat, looking forward to how Wazza does at Argyle. I've only seen him on telly and podcast since appointed.
I'm sorry. That is so risky. Like, what are they doing? What are they doing? Getting Wayne Rooney? Oh my god! Like,
he did all right at Derby, didn't he? And then he bogged them out. Like, he obviously got relegated and all this stuff, but there was all the circumstances, and for him to keep them within that in that track was relatively impressive. But ever since then, he's bogged off to America and he's done shite at Birmingham. So I don't know, for a squad that you don't really look as potentially stable, Morgan Whittaker is, probably too good for bottom half of Championship and everything. You question if you're going to have a squad that isn't potentially stable enough to finish mid-table. Surely you would at least want a manager that's proven to be consistent with his ways. Wayne Rooney's a lot newer to management, and I don't think it'll turn out well.
Yeah, but sorry, he was in a no-win situation going to Birmingham.
Yes,
because they were, what were they, 5th or 6th in the table?
Yeah,
and they sacked their manager. So straight away, unless you are really top draw, you're going to struggle. I don't care what anybody says. And I've listened to quite a few interviews with Rooney on football and how he deals with people, and I quite like him, to be honest. And I think going into Plymouth now, where he's got pre-season and a team that are reasonable. Obviously, they were they could have been relegated, but they got out of it. So personally, I think he'll do all right. I actually quite like him.
I do quite like him. I just think it's risky.
Any appointment's risky, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I think this one you label as more risky though, because he's not proven, is he? And like there's already things that I've read about Morgan Whittaker and some of that team that was key towards them surviving, potentially moving on. So it all depends whether he's going to be able to not only manage the team that he's got. We don't really know how he is with recruitment yet and bringing players in of his own, and whether he can make them work. So it's a lot more of a riskier appointment than what you'd probably justify a usual manager for. But I don't know. It either works really well or it goes to shit. There's no real in between.
I think he'll. Sorry, Anne.
Go for it.
I think he'll do all right, Meve. The only thing that I worry about at the minute for Wayne Rooney is obviously there's all this and what he needs to do for pre-season, and obviously he needs to get the players in. And I think he's doing a lot of punditry and a lot of work at the Euros. So that's the only thing what I'm a bit like, oh, he's just come into a new job, whole new team. Will he then have the time? Obviously, I know we'll have people obviously helping him and working for him and doing stuff as well. But I just think with him being at the Euros for so long, will that have an effect on obviously him getting players in and things like that? That's my only worry on that aspect.
I think that's a good point, to be fair. Because I agree with what Nick had said before. When you're listening to him now, the last couple of weeks, listening to him on the football shows and everything like that, he has talked a hell of a game. You know, I will say it. I do like people who are very, very honest, and he is very honest. You know what I mean? And he was honest about the Birmingham gig and this, that, and the other. And I think he'll know that he's probably got a lot of jobs lately because of his name, and he'll know that this one, like coming up for Plymouth, probably his last chance to manage in the Championship. If he feels it now, it's at Plymouth, he won't manage in the Championship and probably ever again. You know, and for managers like that, you see so many managers who have had been flash in the pans or whatever, failed at the next club or something. You don't see them, you know, for a long time. So it's a cutthroat business. So I actually think he will do all right. I don't think Plymouth will go down next year. But it depends what is Plymouth's targets for him. Is it top half? Is it you know, just to survive? I mean, if they've got Morgan Winter in the side, they won't go down. If he can stay fit, he's guaranteeing you 15 goals because he's just such a good player. But it's keeping him because I think he'll probably move on. I think he'll go to a big club this year. I can see him at Burnley or something like that. Try and get Burnley up. But yeah.
I think as well with Wayne Rooney, even when obviously he left Birmingham, a lot of the players liked him and a lot of players, I think, respected him and stuff actually there. And I think the problem was obviously bringing Tom Brady in, and obviously they picked Wayne Rooney as a name. And I think a lot of the fans initially was like, what have they done? Why have they sacked obviously Eustace? And I think he already had that against him. And obviously they didn't get the results under Wayne Rooney. And I just feel like even though it's a hard one for me because I feel like it did need time, but obviously they didn't have that because they were so close to obviously relegation at that as well. So they did get rid of him. But I feel like from what I've heard, a lot of the Birmingham players say they were nothing against Wayne Rooney and they really respected him as a manager and he had the right ideas and what he was doing. I just don't think he was given enough time considering the circumstances and obviously how low they fell after sacking John Eustace.
Yeah, and you got to remember as well that when they sacked Rooney and brought Gary Rowett back in, wasn't it? When they brought Gary Rowett back in, there was still time for Rowett to keep Birmingham up. So,
didn't they bring in Hughes? Obviously, Mowbray. Was it Mowbray? And then
Mowbray had to step down, didn't they? That's right. Yeah. So obviously,
health reasons.
So there's two managers since Wayne Rooney. Obviously, I don't think you can put any blame on Mowbray considering they were starting to play a lot better, and obviously he's quite unwell. So, but that's two managers since Wayne Rooney who still haven't managed to save Birmingham City. You know what I mean? So, and to be fair as well, you can ask any. It'd be interesting if we do have a Birmingham fan who I don't think there's one in the chat, but one who's do you think you would have made playoffs if Eustace had stayed? Because I don't think they would have done. I think they would have fallen away. And it's how far they would have fallen under Eustace. That's going to be the question that nobody can answer because we didn't have the time to find out because he got sacked. I mean, I don't think he'll do that. I don't think he's that bad of a manager. I just it was a poison. It was a no-win situation for him there because they didn't want him anywhere. Even if he got them at the present, well, Eustace had us here anyway. This, that, and the other, and then what happened with it happened. So we'll wait and see. But it is a risky move.
Exactly. Very risky, but I do hope it pays off because, like I said, I think with Wayne Rooney, even as a player, I don't think he gets the respect other players do. Wayne Rooney, and I honestly thought he was a quality striker, and sometimes he doesn't get mentioned in conversations. And I think now, like the way he talks about football, and I think was he on the FA Cup final? I think he was one of them in there, wasn't he, with Micah Richards and stuff. And the way he talks the game, I think he's really, really intelligent in that aspect, Wayne Rooney. And I really want him to succeed because like you said as well, I think this is his last chance to be taken seriously in the Championship, and maybe like at this high standard of football. I think if not, it could be maybe his last chance, and it'd be further down the football pyramid. But then if he did get sorry,
no, go on, carry on. Sorry.
No, it's all right. It's okay.
I was just going to say, like, maybe the fact that he was such a good footballer, that he's got such a, like, football brain, maybe that means that he's more, like, high level in the brain than Championship players are, and he's to kind of learn thick and fast. And like you say, I do hope he's successful. I never want anyone to not be, apart from whoever manages Milton Keynes. But, you know.
Sorry if I laughed there.
Just on the back of that, Clex, I've got Roy Keane's book, well, both of Roy Keane's books, and he actually says in one of them, when he was manager of Sunderland, he was expecting, you know, because this was in the Championship when we were, obviously when he took over, we were bottom of the Championship and got us promoted in that season. But when he first started there, you know, we've gone to, I think we're playing not Rotherham, Northampton in the League Cup, and it went to penalties, and it went through. They ended up like at half time or at extra time or something. He was having a real go at the players, but he was expecting the players to be able to do what he did as a footballer. But there was a different caliber, you know what I mean? Because obviously it was like a drop down, and he couldn't quite understand how they couldn't do it, and he had to adapt himself to say, well, hang on, you know, I wasn't an elite footballer, and the same is with Rooney. And Shah hit the nail on the head before. I don't think as a footballer Wayne Rooney got enough credit what he should have got. Bearing in mind there's only one player in Harry Kane who scored more goals for England than Wayne Rooney, and I think that does get forgotten about. I really do, because of what's happened with him since all that, and in his person, because his personal life wasn't the best, was it, when he was playing football or anything like that. But I think a lot of people forget how good he was, actually. The amount of goals he scored, the quality of goals he scored.
Unlike you two, maybe it's where I live, because obviously he played a lot of the time in Manchester. But I hear so many conversations about what a good player he was. And, like, maybe it is, like, my work environment. There's so many United fans. Like, maybe that's why. But, like, I honestly am forever hearing how good he was. And he was.
Yeah. I think that's a good...
For Everton.
Sorry, mate. That's a good point you made there about elite players becoming managers, in having to understand the type of players that they've got at a club. Because we had the same at Swindon. We had Glenn Hoddle, and he was telling players to do stuff, and they said, yeah, it's okay for you. You could do it, but, we can't. We're not at your level. And it's the same with Di Canio. He was drilling the players to do certain things. And he say, look, this is how you do it. Oh, yeah, okay. You can ping it into the top corner from 30 yards without even blinking. We can't do that because we're League Two footballers.
Yeah.
So, they've got to understand. But I think with Rooney having been at Derby, that should give him the edge, because he's managed it Championship level. He should know the caliber of players that he's got and he's got to deal with.
Yeah. Nick, just you mentioning Paulo Di Canio there at Swindon, I just remember League One.
Yeah, but it was, do you know what it was about? It was about our goalkeeper at the time. He wasn't doing what Di Canio wanted. I think it was at Preston. He subbed the goalkeeper off after about 10 minutes, and he come off the pitch, kicked a water bottle, stormed off. Di Canio said, "You can walk home. You're not getting on the coach." He got on the coach at the back, hiding out the way. Di Canio did a press interview, and it was being live on the coach, and he was saying, "Where's League One goalkeeper? Where's?" And he was giving him stick,
wasn't it? It was at Sheffield United now.
Yeah. Where's
I remember that.
Yeah, because he went to Rangers and got bombed out when Gerrard went there. He put him out of the team. He's a good keeper, but yeah, League One where's? Yeah, it's brilliant. Yeah, it was good times with Di Canio, even though he bankrupted the club, but the football was great.
I loved him at Sunderland, I've got to admit. He was just mad. I just loved how mad he was.
Yeah. Well, he had a fight with who was it? Clark, who played one game for us, signed him on about $8,000 a week. He was told he had to train the next day, and he kicked off. So him and DeCanio had a fight in the tunnel. And he was just madman, but loved him, absolutely loved him.
Uncle Nick, while we're on Swindon as well, we have got a couple of people asking your thoughts on the signings that you've made so far.
Looks good, apart from got some names that are difficult to pronounce, so that doesn't help us. But I'm just looking at we've got rid of 11 players gone from the squad, and we've signed 3. Now we've got and it's quite good actually, because they've all got League One experience, so which is some of we need experienced players, and I think they're fairly young as well. We've got, and you'll have to excuse my pronunciation, Tomasi Sobowale from Shrewsbury, Rosario Longato from Aki, Ollie Clark from Mansfield. We could do the Ollie Clark.
Good say that one.
Yeah, and again, he obviously was promoted with Mansfield.
Yeah.
So the others are quite big units, which you need in League Two. And then there's talk about Ryan Delaney signing for us, but I haven't seen that confirmed. But there's a lot of talk. And someone said to me that he's gone to Aberdeen, but I haven't seen anything about that. So we're not sure if we're getting him. And there was somebody else that was mentioned that we're looking at. So that we are moving slowly, but we still got a long way to go. But the ones we've signed, do look really good. But the problems at Swindon, it's not what happens on the pitch. We've still got issues off the pitch.
Yeah.
The chairman flew over from Australia this week, did a couple of press conferences and had meetings with the Swindon Town Trust, who put that letter out criticising the club. Brought up quite a few points. He sort of trotted out with the stuff that you expect these people to say. Yeah, we got a competitive budget. Yeah, we've learned from it. Yeah, we're going to do things better. We're going to communicate better. All the things you get. So time will tell. But yeah, we've got. I mean, that's 3 definite good signings. And also we've extended the contracts of Sean McGurk, because there was a worry that he would leave. And he was highly rated when we got him last season from Leeds. So that's a good signing. He's very, very skillful player. And Offabora, who was been out of the game for about 3 seasons, but he was at Rangers previously. And again, he's a good defensive midfielder. Again, a big unit, a big, strong player, which is what we missed all last season. So if you include those 2, which are sort of re-signings as such, but we've managed to keep them, so that's good news. And I say the 3 signings we've made look good. In the reports I've seen from their previous clubs, they say sorry to see him go. Yeah, really, really sound players. And if we get Delaney, that would be a massive signing for us. Kieran give me the lowdown on him.
Awkward.
Praising him as a footballer and then saying he's crap because he can't pass a ball. So don't quite know what.
I said it, and then I looked at what I said, and I went, "All right, I need to add this bit, but that contradicts this, and that means he's crap."
You do that a lot, don't you, Kieran?
Yeah, I do that quite often. Yeah.
There's another forward that we're about to sign. I can't remember his name now. I'm just trying to. I'll find it in a minute. And I can't remember his name. But there's lots of players that we seem to be looking at, and we seem to got our act together reasonably early in the transfer window, which is good. So it's looking promising. But I still haven't renewed my season ticket. And the early bird offer ends tomorrow. And
Nick, you need to do it just for yourself. You enjoy going with your son.
No, I'm not gonna buy a season ticket, but I will still go to games because there won't be a problem getting a ticket. You know, where I sit, there's always plenty of spaces, and I'll pick my games. So I'll still support the club, but I'm not putting 300 or 400 quid in people's pockets because you don't know where the money's going. So it's simple as that.
Got a question as well for you, Uncle Nick. Tranmere Rovers show us we had Paul Glatzel the 2 years before. How has he been with you?
He's been our eighth, probably second best player last season. He is absolute quality, and hopefully, if he can stay fit, because he's obviously had injury issues like a lot of players that we seem to sign. But yeah, he's a class player, so I'm expecting great things from him next season. And if he's got depends how we play. If we play with a 2, and he's got a good centre forward with him, he will do well. Or if we play 3/5 at the back in 3 up front, he could play wide and cut in. But he is a hell of a player. So yeah, really, really impressed with him.
Jenna said as well, is the money not protected by your board, Uncle Nick, like ours are regarding season tickets?
No. What was concerning, our average gate, excluding away fans, was 8,000 going into home fans, average gate last season. And they say they don't know. This is how bad it was. They say they don't know where all the money's gone, and they were bringing in people to look at that. So, that's a concern. We seem to be running week by week. Rumours of bills not being paid. I think all the players were paid on time, but again, there were rumours that there were issues with that. The stock in the club shop was the latter part of the season virtually nil, although they just announced a new deal with Adidas through a third party, so that's good. It is just a worry where the money goes, and there's people not officially with the club in the background that have got interesting stories, let's say. So that's the worry. There's lots of concerns with it. We do own the ground, a 50-50 ownership with the Swindon Town Trust. And again, the trust had to go publicly to say that the rent agreement wasn't being paid on time, because they pay half the rent that they should have paid to the council, and that money is ring fenced for ground improvements. So yes, so that's that's a positive. But the club have said if it's over 30 days late, the club will call them out, and apparently they're paying it on the 30th day every month. And it's just little things like that that annoy fans. There's no need for it. No. So hopefully this statement the trust came out with in the recent meetings, hopefully that will put it on a better footing. But apparently we've sold over 3,000 season tickets to date. And if we get a couple more signings in tomorrow, that could that could make a difference. So time will tell. But I will still support my team week in, week out, but not by putting a lump sum into them.
No. Just while we're on Swindon talk as well, Uncle Nick, is there any standout positions that you do think you do have to improve, obviously, for next season?
Yeah, we need 2 good centre halves.
Yeah.
We've got 3 at the moment, but 2 of them, one Minturn is 21, come through the youth team, played quite a few games last season. I quite rate him as a player, but I don't think he's experienced enough to do a full season. And we've got, I think it's Pharrell Johnson that we signed from Forest, but he's a bit of an unknown quantity, and he's only a young kid as well. And we've got Godwin Milife, Dokes as he's called, but for me he's more of a right back, but he played centre half all last season. So that's we need centre halves. We probably need maybe at least one more midfielder and a couple of forwards. So that's where we were weak last season. But
Yeah.
with the defenders he signed so far, and I say, they're 6'2", big units, in which is again what I said earlier. To get out of this league, it's not rocket science. You need 3 or 4 good players, quality players on the ball, but you need the other ones that are going to dig in and battle. In what do they say? Forwards win games and defenders win the league.
Yeah.
So that's what we need to do. We let in. I think we had the second worst defense last season. That's got to change. So if that changes, and I think the league is weaker this coming season. Obviously, you've lost. Who was it? Oh God, who won it? I can't remember. Oh yes, that little old team up north, Stockport. They won it. And obviously,
you're gonna miss getting a hug off me next season.
Oh, it's getting nasty.
Wrexham and Mansfield, three good teams, as much as I hate to say it for Wrexham, but fair play to them. The 3 good teams that are out of the league. I think the ones that have come down, there was Fleetwood, Cheltenham, Carlisle.
Is Port Vale one?
And Port Vale.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate Port Vale.
Nobody likes Port Vale. Not even Port Vale.
I've got a Port Vale strip somewhere.
Oh, burn it.
Of course you have.
So the leagues, and I guess Chesterfield will probably be the team that will storm through the league. So
Well, they've got Paddy Madden, haven't they?
Oh yeah, they have, haven't they? Yeah.
I was going to say before when you said we need good defenders in the league, good players, and Paddy Madden.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That helps.
Yeah. He's quality goal scorer, isn't he? Simple.
Yeah.
Just finishing off for Swindon talk, sorry, Uncle Nick. I don't think I've actually spoke to you since the appointment of the manager properly. What's your thoughts on that?
To be honest, I didn't know much about him before he signed. But I think he had, again, a pretty decent time at Lincoln. From what I've read, he left for non-football reasons. So I'm not 100% sure of the detail of that. I think he was quite well thought of by the team. The reports say that he does put a solid team out. People said, well, you won't lose many games. And I think his record was he drew more games than he lost, and he drew more games than he won.
Yeah.
So, but drawing a lot of games can be what kills you in League Two. So, but if he tightens up our defence, and it looks like that's what he's doing with the players he's brought in, that's the first step needed, and that's right. On the basis of he said all the right things that a manager says on their first press conference.
Yeah, of course.
It is what it is. So let's see what he puts out on the pitch. So yeah, he's experienced. He's not a name as such, but he just brought an assistant manager in. It's got a good pedigree. That was with the England setup for a while, coaching. So he's going to be decent. So yeah, we're slowly moving in the right direction. So I'm a bit more optimistic now than I was. But at the end of the season, I said we'll be fighting relegation again. But now I see us probably just above mid-table, 10th. Or if I had to put a marker down where I think we'll finish now, I'd say 10th. But let's see if we get 4 or 5 more players in, then that could change it. So yeah, this it's not too bad.
I feel like I've been interrogating you, asking
I know.
lots of questions. I'm sorry. I just thought that. I was like, it's like question time.
I know. I've had 2 or 3 weeks off. It's like, oh, blimey, you're going to make you work now.
I'll let you off now. I'll let you off. But everyone getting cocky, right, about League Two. Simon's put League Two is easy to get out of. We did it first time. And then we've got Aled.
Where's that from?
As well.
Who's that from?
Coventry. Then we've got Aled, who's obviously a Wrexham fan. And then Tranmere Rover Show. League Two is so bad that even tiny Tranmere might get out of it. It's not bad. I would do anything to be in League Two.
To be fair, Charlotte, you got out the first time of asking, didn't you? But it was the wrong way.
Yeah, we did, yeah. we got
That's
relegated
it,
from
sorry.
League One, and then we actually survived a season and then got relegated. Ants. Facts right.
We've been in the position for something like 13 seasons. We're closing in on the record for the longest consecutive stint in here.
But you'll know, Kieran, League Two, probably maybe 3 teams each season. There's not much difference between most of the teams in that league. You know, you can go from 4th to 20th, and they're all fairly even. And it just, look what Doncaster did at the end of last season. They put a run together and got in the playoffs, or they messed up in the semis. But that's all it takes. You put a good run together, and you're there or thereabouts.
Yeah.
So
you just look at Stockport, really. They got promoted, but they, they started badly. Then they went on that run when they won, what was it, 13 in a row.
Yeah.
And then even from January to, was it back end of March, start of April? Because they'll know more than me, but back end of March, back end of January, start of April, they were struggling as well, weren't they? But
yeah.
You put a couple of runs of form together, and the up as champions. So you're absolutely bang on.
Well, we were so bad that we went to Stockey and drew 0-0. They couldn't even score against us. Paddy Madden or not.
I just want to say as well, this comment from Alex, we was actually known before we got promoted to League One. We was known as like the longest in League Two. It was actually called the Rochdale Division because we've never been relegated. We've never been promoted. And you know what also annoyed me? All this takeover and stuff that's happened with us at the minute. There was a headline saying the most unsuccessful club in England gets taken over. I'm like, brilliant. Thanks for that, love.
Whoever wrote that doesn't like Rochdale very much.
I know. I was like, just rub it in. Thanks for that.
Was it an Oldham fan?
I know.
Was it an Oldham fan, yeah.
Yeah.
We're getting close to it being the Newport division anyway. I think we're only 2 seasons off.
Speaking of Newport as well, Kieran, we have got a couple of questions. We have got the first one. Tranmere Rovers show. We just put Newport Stadium lease.
Yeah, we've actually had a statement out as recent as obviously this week saying that we're trying to get the 10-year lease sorted out. So, everything's sorted out, and we've closed that north terrace, which is kind of just the standing bit that nobody really goes to. They're not selling tickets there because it apparently costs a lot to fund. But yeah, apparently we're working on the new 10-year lease, and it's not far off being done. But the statement in brief pretty much says be patient. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Another question as well from Alex. I will let you answer this one.
Yeah, he pretty much said in the statement that the facilities in Newport to develop a youth academy is far below what it should be, and we're moving the youth academy to Cardiff because there's better facilities there. And not directly, but he may as well have called out the council for the fact that they haven't helped develop these facilities for people around Newport or youngsters trying to get into football in Newport, and they only really interact with us and get on board with Newport. And the closest thing that is they'll chuck up a few banners with a club's logo on every now and again when we play a big team.
How far away is Cardiff?
It's just not far away. It's like if you're talking train journey, it's about an hour.
Like to move.
That's still quite far, isn't it? That's what 2.5 hours in the car.
Like that doesn't really if there's kids that are like, oh, I want to join Newport, they're not going to anymore, are they? So what?
Yeah.
In that area, I mean, it'd be nice for him as a new owner to be like, this is our opportunity to get into the community, to get kids playing football, to build things up, to get the next Kobe Mainu, sorry. Like, our owner says, I know there's a difference, but our owner says, like, Kobe Mainu is from Stockport. He should be playing for Stockport. We should have made money from him getting this big move up. Like, really, like, teams like us, like Newport, like anybody, like Swindon, we should all be trying to get a youth set up that is sustainable and can make us money. So it's really disappointing to hear that.
Yeah, one of the last paragraphs he reads is that it's the last thing he wants to do. He doesn't want to have to, move the academy out of Newport, but the facilities in Newport to directly train players are that bad that he's not really had a choice. So he's going on to, I believe it's one of the university campuses, to kind of work with them on hopefully developing them. Yet again, it kind of contradicts itself because Cardiff City isn't that far off. So it all depends whether we can offer enough within the first team and enough opportunities to, attract them to come to Newport instead of come to Cardiff. But it kind of just shows how, I suppose, in one way, lucky and fortunate we have been to stay in League Two, because when you're talking about the facilities being this poor for, players coming up to the team through the academy, it's quite that is quite worrying. And most academy or most kind of youth teams are able to traverse to the main team a little bit more freely and open, but we've not been able to do that at all. So,
well, maybe he's going to do it then as like a temporary thing to get that support to help get it, and then bring it back to Newport.
Yeah.
That's what anyway.
Yeah, he does say that he's going to be having a meeting with like the local MPs and the Newport City Council to see what can be done to make sure the sports facilities in Newport are better. So I don't think it won't be a permanent thing, but it's going to be it'll be a thing for the time being of just trying to, I suppose, consolidate while we've had 7 years of no real development from the academy.
Yeah.
Just while we're on, obviously, Newport, Kieran, is there any news going on at the minute? Any outgoings? Any people signing? Any rumours?
Well, the statement that's come out, it's really interesting because it's everything you want in the statement within that kind of credit. We've lost Scott Bennett, and I say we've released him after it was 7 years at the club, 350 appearances, and I'm still not overly happy with the decision. I think he was, he knew Newport, and if we were, I suppose, putting out this academy thing so much, and you want to be able to branch out academy to the main team, you want a player like that knows the club inside and out, and will be able to help them get comforted in the club. But I don't know. The statement also read that the club needs to be ambitious and needs to reduce the age of the squad, because we have had quite an aging squad, players within their kind of mid-30s playing for a while. I understand it within that retrospect, but I think he played 45 games for us in the league last season. I don't think it was like he's entirely past it, and he would have had no role. And he would have taken a pay cut. He took 2 pay cuts beforehand on previous deals, but he said himself, apparently the offer he was given was so low that he couldn't accept it. So, whether, I don't think that really justifies or really says anything about our financial situation, but I suppose it shows where our outlook is, and it's not on keeping Scott Bennett. Apparently he's off to Cheltenham now, but that's been a rumour for the past week or so, and now Michael Flynn is getting every single Newport player apparently under the sun that got to that playoff final all those years ago. He's trying to get them in. He's about to get Ryan Hayes in as well. He's got Joe Day in. Like, I'm expecting him to have Matty Dolan and Robbie Wilmot and all these lot walk through the door very soon. But yeah, we've not heard too much about it, but obviously we've got the likely news that Ryan Delaney is leaving. We thought he'd leave because most of his career has been more originated up north, like he played for Morecambe and all of that, and he seemed more settled, and I believe that's where a lot more of his family are. So we didn't really expect him to stay, but yeah, Swindon, in terms of that geographical thing, I suppose doesn't make too much sense, because it's not very far up north compared to where we are. But whatever decision he wants to make, in terms of a summary, because I contradict myself within my trying attempted of a paragraph. I was looking at one other thing and
Come on,
writing at the
read
same
out.
time.
Out.
Yeah, I was looking at one thing, typing at the same time, and I missed like an entire section. But no, like in terms of being a genuine, physical presence, like you mentioned in League Two, he is that. He's good in the aerial, deal with set pieces. He doesn't often get beaten in one-on-ones unless there's, I suppose, an abundance of pace, which kind of mentions that he's not the quickest player, but you don't really need to be that quick in League Two. It's quite rare that you find a team filled with pace. Yeah, he's all right in terms of the stereotypical League Two centre back, so to speak, very physical and hard to beat in the air and everything, but not a very good ball playing centre back, as you would have known. So yeah, I pretty much said within my writing that yeah, he's good, but he's crap. But no, he's all right for League Two, but I feel like League Two, he's got experience in League One, but he's probably most suited and comfortable for League Two. But yeah, and then transfers, we've not had anything announced today. However, I've read that statement over again. Apparently, this is according to Hugh Jenkins, we've had deals confirmed, but the window opens tomorrow. So there's a potential that tomorrow we're going to get a shit ton of news, and it's all going to be nice and fun, and we're going to have all these new arrivals. Because as things stand, we can build a five-a-side team, and that's about it. So the hope is that the recruitment is, it follows Hugh's principles of ambitious but sensible. He wants to make sure that, we have that I suppose ability to bring in better players and to push up the league, but he also doesn't want to rush it. He doesn't want to be stupid and throw money everywhere and potentially ruin the club in the long term. So he mentions that, he's focusing on that kind of long-term thing, and short term, he just wants to make sure we're seeing at least enough progression to where fans aren't, kind of saying, we've hit a plateau and we're not getting anywhere. But yeah, I suppose the only other bit of news is that we've officially passed all the season ticket sales that we got last season. We've sold 2,200, just a bit more than that, and yeah, that's higher than the number that we got last season. But yeah, the statement was very promising because, like, for the past, ever since the season has ended, to be honest with you, we've had the release and retain list, and that's about it. We haven't really been, rumored with any signings. We've not been told anything about the lease at the ground. It's always sunny in Newport, of course. We've not been told we hadn't been told too much. We had a statement come out 3 weeks ago that was. It was kind of nothing. He was kind of just saying, the usual things you expect. We'll work on the stadium lease and everything. But now it looks like he's actually saying, all right, tomorrow we should have something, because he's directly said we've had deals confirmed. So we should, fingers crossed, tomorrow while all the Euros is going on, hopefully we'll have a few signings that we can look at and potentially look forward to next season. Because yeah, it's why I've not been missing football, because absolutely nothing's been going on, so I've kind of disassociated myself with it.
Just quickly going back to Swindon, the forward I was talking about, and again, I don't know why they're doing it to us. Apparently we're looking at Fajiri Okinbiri.
Is that his name?
What was that? Oh, not a spider, is it?
Claire's not a fan. Yeah. Okinbiri, something like that. He's centre forward from Cambridge. Apparently we're in discussion with. So again, if we can get him, that's another one that's got League One experience. So, and I think someone asked the question, say, where will we finish? Myself and Kieran, I said, I think we'll be around 10th, 12th as it stands.
Yeah, that. I mean, at the minute, if you were to say, oh yeah, we'll start the season tomorrow, we've got about 5 players, so we'd have to be abandoning every single game. But no, within the basis that we're bringing in players, hopefully tomorrow. Yeah, I'll be more than satisfied if we can just get out of 18th. I'm fed up with looking at the League Two table and seeing Newport in 18th. I want something new to put my head in now.
Oh, bless you. Before I come to you as well, Claire, we will talk about League One very soon. We have got some League Two transfer news. So Tranmere Rovers show us we've just got Sam Finlay from Bristol Rovers. What a signing that is.
That's a great signing, by the way. That's an absolutely
Very good signing.
Great footballer.
Aled has put all quiet on the signings front for Wrexham, but he said there is a lot of rumours going round.
Apparently they're trying to get Bale out of retirement now again, aren't they?
Fuck me, silly season is up on us.
Yeah, they were fucking linked with Jamie Vardy a little while ago. Mind everyone was saying, yeah, we'll bring in Jamie Vardy.
He's also asked as well, does anyone know much about Sam Finlay?
He's well good, eh?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
He's really good. That's a great signing for Tranmere.
It shows a lot as well that he's willing to drop 2 divisions to go there. So he's still got a lot in him. You know what I mean? He is a great player. And he used to captain Bristol Rovers as well. Something.
One division Rovers, the League One.
Oh shit! Of course he is. Yeah, Bristol Rovers. Yeah, it's 1 division. Sorry, Rovers fans. But
really,
still a great sign in that.
For them this season, they went up. I think his the thing is with Tranmere, they did so well under Nigel Adkins when he became permanent that I think they've got a good chance this season. So he's probably able to say, like, look, this is what happened with us after I became manager. So he can probably advise people.
You've got to think as well, Claire, with Adkins, he's managed in nearly every division, hasn't he? So he'll have contacts all over the place to bring players in. So
Aled, I'm glad you have a bit of sense, my friend. The silly season has done my head in, man.
Tranmere Rovers show and Aled have both mentioned Bradford and said that they think it is their season to go up this season. And if not,
no.
That's because they're signing so many Stockport County players.
Yeah.
The latest one's Ryan Crowsdale, apparently.
Oh.
So they've got Neil Byrne.
I think the teams that have impressed me the most for signings so far, Doncaster have to be one. The fact they've got so much business done and, there's such a range of quality there. They're almost, replacing the players that they've lost on loan kind of thing. And then Gillingham, I think they brought in, very similar to last summer, some stupidly good additions, and they've had their owner come over to Gillingham and mention that a few things happened wrong last season, and that's why they didn't get promoted and everything. So I think they're doing quite all right. And then I suppose if you look at them right now, Bradford have made good signings. You can't really complain when you're bringing in players that got promoted the season prior, but it's always bloody Bradford's year, isn't it? Let's be fair.
Well, I mean, you say that, but I've got to be really honest. They have signed some, immensely good players for that league.
Yeah.
They've just signed 3 players from the team that were promoted as champions, and they already have Andy Cook. Like, he's a great player. He gets them a lot of goals. I do think Doncaster will get promoted, but I also think Bradford will, if I'm being honest.
I don't know. I mean, that they had that form, didn't they? Obviously, kind of from January to February, where they didn't really lose any games. And don't get me wrong, if they can kind of get that spot, or if they can get that form from the get-go, you won't be far off, or you will get there. But yeah, I just think maybe it's my own. It's my own every single year. I look at it and it's always bloody Bradford's year. But you know what? To be fair to them, you can't really entirely say no. A team won't get promoted given the fact that they've signed players that have won the league the season prior. So as things stand, you probably look at them and go, yeah, they'll be within that mix at bare minimum.
Yeah, they'll probably be favourites, won't they?
To spoil the
don't
party,
Don't want to talk about them.
We don't have to.
No, we don't. We
Right,
don't have to mention them. The club's crap, and that's all. Bye.
I can't believe they've signed Connor Lemonhay-Evans from us, the franchise shite, and he was on loan at Wimbledon this season.
Yeah.
He was loved by Wimbledon. They were gutted that he was recalled.
Wow.
And I don't know. I mean, you've got to do what you've got to do to support your family. So you can't be like too, like judgmental that he's putting a roof over his wife and kid's head. But I just
Shrewsbury winning the league.
What do you reckon, Anne?
What's that? Shrewsbury. Playoffs.
We will go into League One now and Stockport. But first of all, Claire, we have obviously it was mentioned before, and it's for you, Anne, and you, Claire. Have you seen Dave Challoner has been linked with Sunderland? What type of football could we expect, Claire?
There's no point even answering that question because it's not happening. And I'm not saying that as a fan that doesn't want it to happen. It's genuinely not happening.
Yeah, I mean, I will say it on that kind of rumor as much. Again, it'll be a lot of noses turned up. I think within the next 2 years, someone in the Championship will take a chance on Dave Challoner because of the amount of promotions. And everyone says that he hasn't managed above League 2 level. It doesn't matter. The man's a winner. He's had, is it 7 promotions in 11 seasons or something?
7, something like that.
So the man knows how to win, doesn't he?
Yeah, the thing is as well, he's got himself that reputation, and I think a lot of it does depend on how he does this season.
Yeah.
But if he does quite well this season, I think knowing that our owner wants us to be in the Championship by 2027 at the latest, and that we've got a top 10 budget for this season in our first season in that league, sustainably as well. I think that if he does really well, he'd only go if it was like a massive job too big to turn down. So I think he's in that luxury position where he's at a club that are in the middle of growing, where he is hero worshipped by our fans, but also that he can continue to grow with.
Yeah.
So I think if he was to leave us, I don't think it'd be for something that wasn't massive. But
see if it happened, or see if I know, because we kind of knocked it on the head early last week, didn't we? But see if it was a thing, and it was tomorrow Sunderland have approached Stockport, and obviously Stockport would have to let him speak. I think we're probably one of very few clubs in that league that he will go to. I think, considering his reputation and stuff like that.
If you went somewhere like Sunderland, I would be absolutely gutted for my own club. But for him, I would think fair play to you.
What a chance, yeah.
Because he does do so well, because he is a promotion-winning manager. Like, he's getting linked to all these clubs because he has got that reputation, and it should be like he should be rumoured with these things. But yeah, he's staying put.
I mean, it's a non-story because I'm just looking at because like I say, we spoke together last week, didn't we, privately, and I just said, is there anything in it? And you were like, no, definitely not. And he's like 12-1 now, so that's pretty much a non-starter. And the favourites, Marty Cifuentes, who's the QPR manager, which I'll be over the moon with, to be honest. But yeah, let's talk more about Stockport and League One first.
Can I just quickly, Claire, before obviously talk Stockport, there's a lot of people already in the chat saying that who they think is going to get promoted and who's going to finish where. Do you not think it's a little bit too early, seeing as though we've got the whole transfer window?
Yeah, that's
far too early.
That's why I've immediately said kind of no to the whole Bradford thing. Like, I understand the signings they've made are stupidly good, but like, other teams will bring in transfers within that
It's
kind of
not
caliber and
just-
range.
It's not just players. You've got like managers. The managers might not even be there. They might be like, they might move on to like higher clubs or other things. And then you've got to take into consideration like pre-season and then injuries in pre-season or injuries throughout the season. So I think it's a little bit too early to be predicting
You've also got
right
to take into account, that Rochdale are looking to buy every player on the planet as well.
We're pissing that league, I tell you. I'm joking, by the way. I'm joking. But Claire, talk about Stockport County. Sorry, I just had to get that out there because I was reading the chat and thinking, it's a bit too early.
It is true. I mean, I am going to stick my hat on here and say Doncaster are getting promoted, but that's based on how they finished and what they've done so far. And even with people strengthening, I still think Doncaster will do it. So in terms of ourselves, I saw a comment somewhere saying Stockport finished bang mid-table in a disappointment of a season. I'd be buzzing with mid-table. Like, I don't know why you think that'd be like
first season back in League One as well.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah, we're gonna go win the league. No, I don't give a shit. As long as we're not in a relegation battle, personally, I'll be happy next season. Like, I just think we need to make a good, account of it, a good go of it. Stockport County start traditionally bad every single season, no matter who we've got or what we're doing. So, you know what, we're going to start really bad and everyone will go, Stockport are going to go down, and then we won't, and people will be like, oh yeah, they just started bad again. I'm just... So in terms of signings, we've got 3 confirmed so far. We've signed a couple from Colchester. Couldn't get the name off the tongue. Who was a very good player in Colchester's team, especially with him being down where they were, and Jay Mingy as well, who is a young prospect. So both, I think I spoke about them last time anyway, or at least one of them. And we're also being more than linked. I believe it's a done deal for Lewis Fiorini, who is a Manchester City player. I know he's previously been on loan at Lincoln. He seems really good from what I've seen on YouTube, and I must admit that's the only thing I've done is look at him when we were basically linked to him. Other than that, Tanto's just signed a new 3-year deal with us, which is great news, especially after losing Paddy. Like, it's good that we've managed to, tie him down. I think we'll have a good few more signings to come in yet. I would expect to have at least one statement signing. Still rumours on Louis Barry deciding what he wants to do. By the way, he's dyed his hair bleach blonde. Hashtag, just don't give a fuck what anyone else thinks and do what you like.
I love it. I think you should sing his song now just for that reason.
Claire, sorry.
Louis Barry.
Is he signed?
No, it's not. It's just still being rumoured at the moment. Our owner said that he's going to do absolutely everything possible to try and bring him back. Even if Villa are not quite ready to get rid of him, like even another loan deal.
Give it us again, Claire.
Da, 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 da. Louis Barry. Da, 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 da. Yeah, there's not. I mean, to be honest, silly season in it. You see loads of names, and I think you just take them with a pinch of salt. Well, yeah, fucking moth.
He's not signed, has he?
I've not heard of that player before.
I swear my house is under attack from moth.
You need that spider to get it.
I tend not
that quality.
The room.
Oh, you fucking moth.
I know, that was really brave of me, wasn't it?
I didn't think you could sound more northern. Oh, that scared me off.
I don't tend to get too wrapped up in silly season. if anything, I'm more likely to make up a ridiculous rumour so that, I can just sit back and watch people like buy it.
Do it on here now. Who are you signing?
Can't think of one.
Don't say Kean Hayes.
Not yet. Yeah, nothing too much.
Your assistant manager.
Oh, that's really laugh.
No, I'm really debating making one of those really shitty Twitter accounts that put any name with any club, but they may as well just draw them out of a hat. I might make one of those Twitter accounts because it's always good fun.
Someone made up that we were signing. Is it Ross Barkley?
Yeah, I actually saw that.
It was just finished the league with Luton. And he's going to sign for Stockport. And it was like going round that much that people started to believe it. And it was just someone like in a group chat said, let's think of something ridiculous. And then there was a few messages and someone said, yeah, we're going to sign Ross Barkley. He's going to be a player.
Has he actually gone to Aston Villa now?
Don't know.
Has it been rumoured?
No, he was at Villa, wasn't he? On loan from Chelsea.
I don't understand why he's being rumoured again. He played there before, didn't he?
Yeah.
He played
I
there
think
before.
he'll end up somewhere like Ipswich, something like that. Like a team who's been promoted or something along those lines. But Ipswich play the kind of like football that he likes to thrive on, doesn't he? So
yeah,
it would be a great signing for them. If they're going to afford, well, they probably will afford them blow money left, right, and centre on him, won't they? On some signings, but yeah, it is silly season at the minute, isn't it? Just everyone's rumoured with everybody.
What's that?
Who else has signed people in League One?
I will have a look now. We had a couple of comments. I think they're only Shawnee, actually. 1 minute. Let me get it up.
That's what I said.
Apparently, there's rumours of us as in Northampton potentially getting Crystal Palace midfielder Malachi Boateng on loan as a replacement for Mark Leonard. I think
that's it.
I think so.
That would be an all right sign. Yeah. Like Any
signings for Shrewsbury?
Free brought in now. Yeah.
Next season. I'm joking.
Am I all right to go into National League? Yeah. So I will actually read out Mr. Luke's comments first. So we have, where are they? Because he has been waiting quite a long time, bless him. He has put about Gateshead. There's nothing much, all very quiet on the signing front for us. No signings made, just pre-season announcements that we'll be playing Sunderland and Middlesbrough. He also said as well, which I do want to touch on because I do feel like they have made some good signings as well. He mentioned, can I just mention Forest Green Rovers are signing some very good players that aren't National League quality. Jimmy Knowles from Walsall and Ben Tozer from Wrexham. I think that is a quality signing.
I'm happy about Ben Tozer going back because I think it's quite near to where his family are, isn't it? So it's going to go back home to his family and like just given what he's been through in the last year is put that above like anything else. And I just think, you know what? I hope he does really well. I really do. And I'm not even saying that for a gritted teeth. I genuinely hope the guy does well.
Same. Just going back to Shrewsbury, the question asked, Tranmere Rovers show has said they have made a good few signings, to be fair. Going back to National League now as well, Luke has put, for the National League front, I think teams who have impressed me with their business is Braintree, Forest Green Rovers, Sutton and Barnet. Do you know what? I love this because there's a lot of National League reporters and journalists now actually talking about Rochdale, saying they're not one of them big names that everyone's concentrating on, but the kind of players that we have signed and the additions we have made are very good players. So no one's really mentioning us, but I will talk about us if I'm allowed, everyone, because So the news today, because we've made some signings, but I'll say today's news. So Brad Kelly, He was our number 2 goalkeeper. He has been with us, bless him, since he was 13 years old. So he has come through like our academy and everything. He's never quite made it as our first team goalkeeper. And I don't think he will, to be fair, this season either. But I think obviously he's progressing with the club. He got a really bad injury last season. But today it has been announced that we have offered him a new contract. It's just a 1-year deal. I think he'll just see how he gets on. As I mentioned before, I don't think he will be our number 1 goalkeeper. I think we'll either sign somebody or get a loan like we have done like in previous seasons, goalkeeper-wise. But I do think he'll be a decent backup, especially considering that apparently it isn't the new cup scheme or something in the National League now, a bit similar to the Bristol Street Motors in the EFL.
Yeah.
I think we brought something out, so we are going to need more we are going to need obviously more numbers now and more of a squad depth. So I think he probably will play those kind of games. So yeah, I think that's quite a good move. Next one, Ian Henderson. So it has been announced that Ian Henderson has signed a 1-year contract extension with us, but there is some sad news. It will be his last season because I do think he is retiring, unfortunately. It will be 40 though. And what did I say? Obviously, a few obviously episodes ago, I said I've just got it in my head that Ian Henderson will get the extension. He will sign a contract. He's number 40 for us, his squad number, and obviously he'll be 40 years old. So that has happened. But yeah, unfortunately, it has been announced it will be like his testimonial season. But they have got a few events like planned for him. He's our all-time leading goal scorer ever, and he's just Mr. Rochdale, that man. So I am so chuffed with that, even though it will be emotional. But I'm just
that last
so
home
happy.
game's going to be very emotional for him, isn't it?
100%. I'm actually getting emotional now thinking about
You
it.
were.
Honestly, it's just...
He's the goat, isn't he?
He is the goal. He is like... People, like, when you watch Ian Henderson and stuff, and somebody who's just so dedicated to the club, who, in his interview as well, when he signed for us, he just speaks so highly about us as well. And he said how, obviously, this season he wants to mentor, like, the young lads and things like that. And he's such a lovely person as well. So I'm just so happy for Ian Henderson. I love him. So great news on that front. I'm going to struggle with this one, his name, but we've signed, he's actually a midfielder, but he can play on the wing as well. He's from Wealdstone and is a Tanzan, I can't say it.
Yeah.
That's the one. International. It's called Tarin, I think it's Alakuria or something. Is that right?
Smashed it.
Yes. Well, we've actually got him from Wealdstone, and when we played against him last season, he was one of their best players, and he looks like a really tricky winger. He's got a bit of pace about him as well. Watching like his reels of the goals and his chances that he created last season, it seems like the type of player that we needed. He can play on the left as well, so I think that'll kind of fit the Tyree Sinclair departure. And obviously, it leaves space for a right winger, mentioning no names. So, yeah, we got him on a free. And just some of the things and feedback that I have heard from him, it sounds really positive as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing him. And I think it's a very attacking player as well. And it creates a lot of chances. So happy with that. We have got back as well. Fleetwood let him go at the end of last season, Finlay Armstrong. He's a defender that we actually had on loan last season. A young player. I think he was very in and out of Fleetwood's academy and stuff. I think he got sent on loan a couple of times. He is still quite young. We've signed him on a 2-year contract. So this one has been a bit of a split reaction from our fan base, and I think a lot of our fan base have been overreacting about it, saying, oh, one of the worst players I've seen at the club in like years. And I just think he's a young lad, he's a kid at the end of the day. He's not been playing first team football. Even for us, it was very in and out, and obviously squad rotation and stuff. I think Jim McNulty could... What?
Sorry, I'm so sorry. That's
It's all
Kieran.
right.
Oh, you see this picture of Kieran in an England shirt.
Oh, good grief.
Hold on.
Almost cracked a smile there.
I'm so
You
sorry.
almost got a
Oh, no, it's
smile
all
out of me.
right.
I am so sorry. Like
Oh,
I
no,
tried
it's fine,
to
don't
hold
worry.
it in there.
It's all right.
Shark, can I just quickly ask as well, when you saw that Rochdale had signed someone from Fleetwood, did the heart skip a couple of beats?
No,
Not you, you're a letdown.
I know. But honestly, our fans have been quite horrible towards him, and I just think he's a really young lad. He's obviously not had much of a chance at first team football, obviously at Fleetwood. I thought he did all right last season. I think the thing was with last season, we had a lot of trouble off the pitch going on, didn't we? And it was quite a weird season for us. And I think Jim McNulty obviously sees potential in him. He's offered him a 2-year contract, and that's something Rochdale we never do, and we've not been able to do that previously. He's still very young, and I think Jim McNulty could really adapt him and bring him on, especially the type of football that we play. And like I mentioned before, squad depth, I don't think he will be playing a lot of first team football, but I think for that cup competition and when we do need him, I think he will really come in handy. So I just don't see the big deal of people being so horrible towards him. I just think it's a bit strange.
Fickle football fans, that's all it is.
On the Fleetwood thing, though, I have heard rumours about Cian Hayes, but I've also heard rumours as well that Bradford are interested in him, which really does my head in. And I can't remember which other club. There's another club who are interested in him, but we have actually arranged a friendly with Fleetwood, and there's a lot of rumours saying that we are in for Cian Hayes to potentially buy him. Cian Hayes, I think obviously does want to come back. Fleetwood triggered obviously that extension, didn't it? So obviously he automatically got that extension, that 1-year deal. But I think if he had the chance to come back to Rochdale, I think he would obviously come. He loved his time there. He loved Jim McNulty and the rest of the Rochdale lads. And we've actually got a pre-season friendly against Fleetwood. And there's a lot of people saying it could be to do with a Cian Hayes deal. So I don't know how true it is. There's a lot of rumours circulating, but I'm hoping, fingers crossed, Cian Hayes will be a Rochdale player. Everything is crossed.
Oh, do you know what? I really hope he is for you.
Oh, honestly, I love it. And you need to do another song.
I'll get writing, yeah.
As well, I'm so sorry it's all this news, but we've actually got loads of news at Dale at the minute. Our captain, Ethan Ebanks Landell, another one who was offered a contract. He's actually signed a 2-year deal, which is so promising as well, because obviously there was people interested in him. As I mentioned previously, we've never really been able to offer these kind of deals for 2 years, but finances are obviously on our side now. And he seems really happy at the club as well. So that's really good news for our captain to want to stay, especially when EFL clubs were interested in him as well. So that's really, really positive. We have got somebody from Notts County as well. His contract obviously expired and he's signed on a 1-year deal, and he's called Toby Adebayo Rowling. And what I've heard about him is really good as well. He's a right wing back, I think. So obviously the formation that Jim McNulty plays and everything, it fits in straight away. Looking at his reel and stuff that Dale put on, he's very quick as well, creates a lot of opportunities. He likes to cut in and stuff. Really good at crossing the ball as well, which I think we do need, especially now Tyree Sinclair has gone.
Do you know what, Dan? I think you're going to have a good season.
This is why I like it, because even like Luke's comments, he mentioned about the business people are doing, and a lot of people online are saying the business that we're doing, but no one's mentioning like Rochdale. it's all like Barnet, they've signed like, is it 8 or 9 players or something, and this team signed this amount of players.
Well, do you know what? That's not the right thing to do, because
we're quietly going along our business.
Yeah, and you sign that number of players, like,
yeah,
they're going to take time to gel.
The good thing is as well with this lad, he knows Cairo Mitchell very well, and he's worked with Cairo Mitchell before. So I feel like some of the players we're getting now, obviously no players that we've already got, what we've signed like previously. So they've worked together before. It's like Kyron Gordon as well has played with a couple of players, and we've signed Conor McBride, who, I'm sorry, Luke, but he was actually from Gateshead, and we've signed him on a 2-year deal. So if you do know much about him, please let me know in the chat. But he's a winger. So we're signing very good, like, attacking players, which is good. But what I love about it, and I know there's a couple that we have signed on a 1-year deal, but we're offering players 2-year deals now. And I feel like we can do that. And there's a lot of rumours now that Devante Rodney wants to stay with us, because we can now obviously offer him the 2-year contract and things like that, what we weren't able to before. And it was very, last season, we didn't know what was going on and stuff, and it was very negative. But I feel like now we can kind of offer these players maybe not a lot more money, but that extra bit of money to keep them now. And it's actually really nice. It really is. So we need a goalkeeper, and I've heard rumours as well that we've been linked with Louis Molden. But on that one, my head is saying Louis Molden won't sign for Rochdale because Bolton are interested in him, and his brother works at Bolton. I think he's a goalkeeping coach. I think there's a couple of EFL clubs linked with him as well, Doncaster being one. But my heart is saying at Rochdale, he's guaranteed first team football. He enjoyed his time at Rochdale. Obviously, he knows the lads. He knows Jim McNulty very well. And a lot of these new players in their interviews have said the reason I've come to Rochdale is because of Jim McNulty and the style of football he plays, the kind of tone he set about the club, and that it's a friendly community club, and how well the lads get on together.
There's a lot to be said for that as well, though. Like,
I love that.
It's not just building like a team of people on 2-year contracts. It's building a team of people that fit. And like Louis Molden had such a good spell with you that he's going to probably look at it. Yeah, he could go to Bolton and get probably a better payday. But you know what? Football's a short career. Like, if he wants to play regular football, which the goalkeeper as well is, like, you know, it's the least, like, it's probably the most like competitive position, really, because there's one. If he wants to go out and play regular football every week, then he should seriously consider that. And especially, you know, you're a club that's got the backing financially as well. Like, here's another one that could stay with you for a few years. He's quite young, isn't he? He could stay with you for a few years and grow with Rochdale. So I think it'd be a great move for him.
Honestly, this is what I really like about us now. And as much as my head is telling me, like, no, he deserves to be at any, it's like the Keane Hayes situation. It's like, no, he deserves that chance to play at an EFL club because of how good there is. My heart's also saying, like, no, maybe because they see how much the fans love him and how much Jim McNulty, and they might think, do you know what? I want to be at Rochdale. I'm guaranteed to play football. Obviously, they're happy there, and they might want to progress with us, because our owners, because I don't think I've spoke to you since, because obviously I was poorly last week, but our new co-chairman, they had like a board, they had like a meeting where all fans could speak to them, and it was streamed on YouTube and everything, so I wasn't able to go to it, so I watched it on YouTube, and we've actually got a 5-year plan. They've not gone stupid or anything, like money-wise, splashing the cash and stuff. They've got a 5-year plan to try and get to the EFL, and obviously the budget this season is quite a competitive one compared to what we've had previously, but they've assured us, like, we're not going to spend a lot of cash. Like, it's going to be a better budget than we've had previously, but they want us to get to a level where we're sustainable, like off the pitch as well. And they've actually said they don't want to have to sell players and rely on stuff happening on the pitch to be a well financially run club. They want to, obviously, they've got ideas commercial wise. We brought in a new commercial manager, which is fantastic. They're looking to build our own training facilities as well, because we've never had that, Rochdale. We've obviously had to rely on different things and paying money out. They want to do that. I think obviously there's ideas of building a gym on top of the Radcliffe Arms, the function room that we've got, and obviously hiring out function rooms and the offices. And it looks really, really promising what they've said. And it also makes such a difference as well because they're local. And I feel like they've mentioned how much they want it to be a community asset. And that I absolutely love. And it's just really nice. It's just really nice to be able to sit here and talk about it. And I feel really bad because obviously you're over here, Uncle Nick, and obviously you've got stuff going on at Swindon at the minute. But it's refreshing because some of the seasons that we've had recently, it's just nice to be able to see a difference. And a lot of that is obviously through us getting new owners now, but a lot of it stems from Jim McNulty and just how positive he is. And I cannot speak highly of that man. He's absolutely fantastic.
I think that gives a lot of hope for a lot of clubs.
Yeah.
And you've got to look at things long term because all clubs have a dip. I mean, we're lucky we've never been out of the Football League.
Yeah.
But you know, likes of yourselves, obviously Stockport, Wrexham have been out of the league and they're back in it and they're doing well. And then, if you're, I don't know whether luck is the right word, but when you get a real good owner who cares about what they're doing and has put a proper plan together and they've got a strategy to go forward and become not only a decent football team, but a good community club. And I think that's the half of it. And then, anything is out there that you can achieve. So, for all the clubs, you take a couple of good seasons in 10 and you're doing okay because we've all had crap, bad seasons over a period of time. And, you just got to look back. Yeah, we've had promotions going way back. We've been to Wembley half a dozen times. There are good things. We've had good owners, we've had bad owners, and I guess we've all been in that boat at whatever level the teams are at. So, it is really pleasing to see that your club are now going to be on the up, and let's hope you can finish the season and get one of those promotion spots. That'd be fantastic.
Hope so.
And
I hope so.
Yeah. So it is, for you, it's great to go into a season with some hope. In a moment, a lot of our fans saying all we've got is Bob Hope, but
Oh.
But no, we're not quite as bad as we were.
Better.
We'll be better. We'll be all right.
Just finishing off the Rochdale chat as well. I just wanted to mention, obviously, as I mentioned previously, I think at the start of the show, George Never has obviously been linked with a few Premier League clubs. He's our young centre back. I think he's only just turned 18. And I just wanted to add as well on the business that we have done so far. We've not actually paid a fee for any of these players that we've got. They've all been on free contracts, which is brilliant, and just a business we've done so far. So that's why I'm hoping, and Louis Molden's been released as well from Wolves. So if we were to go for him, if he did want to come for us, we wouldn't have to pay a fee. So that's why I'm hoping, fingers crossed. And I know I've mentioned him several times, but we can get someone like Cian Hayes because obviously we've not paid an initial fee for any other players. So even if we do have to spend that little bit on him, I'd take it, because I think if obviously we get the other, I think it's 3 players who've been offered a contract who haven't signed yet, and that's Devante Rodney, Jimmy Keohan and Cameron John. I think if we can get them 3 signed, because the rest of them who we've offered contracts to have signed, we get them. And if we do add obviously Cian Hayes, I think that would be quite a good squad that we have. I think we do need a couple more additions just to cover, because as we saw last season, we were very low on numbers, and you can't rely on Ian Henderson all the time, bless him. And I think we're reliant on him last season. And luckily, even at his age, he's as fit as a fiddle, which is obviously fantastic. But it's his last season. So I think if we can get a couple more players, as well as obviously Kean Hayes, and who I've mentioned we've offered a contract to, I think we will have a good core squad, because we've shown last season, apart from the times like off the pitch, like due to injuries and then obviously illnesses and just things that were going on off the pitch, I think we are more than capable of challenging for a playoff position. I think it'll be very tough. Obviously, with Barnet, I know they've signed some good players. Obviously, you've got your Suttons, you've got your Forest Green, but I still think it is quite an open league next season, because you haven't got
your
Chesterfields and things like that. So I think anything could happen, but I think a lot of people are underestimating the business that we have done so far, and bearing in mind we haven't paid for any of these players.
I'm looking forward to our trip to hospitality. I've not forgotten.
We need to do that. We need to do that segment, don't we? Should we tell them all, and they can jump on it with us?
Yeah.
At Joey Thompson's fundraiser, me and Claire were talking, and we said we should make it a segment, a podcast one, where we visit each other's hospitalities and rate them out of 10. Just random. I think it'd be quite fun.
Why does my camera keep zooming in and out on its own?
I don't know.
I've just said on our hospital, I'm well up to going in everyone's, boxes and stuff like that. That'd be really fun.
I think it'd be well fun.
Swindon's hospitality is really, really good. That is something that they actually do well. So that's a good afternoon out.
Yeah, I'm open for it as well. Newport have good hospitality, to be fair to them.
Sorry,
what was that? Sorry, Claire.
I was just saying the Absolute Football Podcast hospitality tour.
You should do like vlogs of it as
I like
well.
that,
That'd be so good. If anybody
start
else
saving.
I know. If any other
anybody
podcast
wants
now
to donate,
take this idea,
If anyone wants to donate.
we come up with this first. If any other podcasters are watching and jump off this idea, we'll know.
Yeah, we just need a bit of sponsorship to do it.
Sponsorship will be fine.
GoFundMe link is being set up, guys. Let us know where you're.
Let's start. We started out the Kean Hayes transfer fund. Now we need the football hospitality transfer fund.
National Express could sponsor us, and then we'd get the bus there.
I love it, but I think that's all the football talk, isn't it?
Well, I've got absolutely nothing for Sunderland. I've got nothing at all. So there we go. No ins, no outs. So
are we ready?
I don't know. Is there anything?
Not even a
new
fucking
pitch
manager.
renovation? No, nothing.
Nothing.
No.
Quiz.
Quiz.
What's this? Taking notes. You can get off our idea. Taking notes, man.
Who's that?
I don't know. The Deck Sports.
Am I playing or something?
Where?
I'm not getting any
The
chat
back of the
through.
people I do stuff for.
It's in the
They got the screenshot. Now I'm thinking about it. They probably got the screenshot for the Put Me in the England kit from this exact stream. Because I've got a nice white background in front of me. So it's easy to cut me out.
So anyway, we ready for a quiz?
Yes.
Right. So it's questions based on Championship, League One, League Two, and the National League from this season. Some of them I'm going to rate as near impossible. So I'm going to give you 1 point. For example, the first question, you can have a point if you get within 5 either way. If you get the right score, I'm giving you 10 points. That's
right. Okay.
Okay, all right.
Right. I'm going to move this now, so I go last, so I don't look like a numpty.
No. You also might need a pen.
No.
Because there will be one where you have to jumble up. That will be a fastest.
Can I do it on my notes? And I promise I'm not Googling anything. I'll put it on airplane mode.
Well, it might be you out to do that, but yeah.
I'll put it on airplane mode as well, yeah?
I'll have to do
So I'm not cheating.
That's fine. Right, so we'll go with question 1 first. Guys in the chat, you can join in too, but there's no Googling because it'll obviously tell you the answer straight away. Question number 1. How many goals did Swindon concede this season?
Oh, God, I was talking about that earlier.
How many?
This is for Nick.
If you get this is for all of you. If you get the question spot on, you're going to get 10 points.
All right,
if you get it within 5, you get in 1.
How many?
And I'm going to limit your time.
Right, I've got an answer.
Yeah, I've got one. I'm just gonna guess random numbers here. So
I want you to all shout out at the same time.
all right.
1, 2, 3, shout.
87.
78.
105.
Sure, we weren't that bad.
Well, can you all say it again individually now?
Yeah.
105.
78.
87.
81.
Okay, so Ant, Nick, and Kieran will all get 1 point.
Oh, fucking hell.
Hey, go on, man.
The correct answer was 83.
Oh,
went far
I was on 81. I wasn't that far.
yeah, you
off. I'm
weren't
quite
a
happy
million
with
miles
that.
away, though, were you? No.
Question number 2. You're going to get 2 points if you get it spot on, but there's a tolerance of 2 either way. So question number 2. How many goals did Macaulay Langstaff score this season?
Oh.
I want you to all shout it out again at the same time so that everyone listens to make sure they don't cheat.
All right.
Mm.
You ready?
Yeah.
Ready?
1,
I've got an answer.
3, shout.
18.
23.
Right, all individually now.
I was sharp.
16.
23.
18.
27.
Right, Kate's going to get 1 point. The answer was 28.
I told you I was shit
Oh,
at
that
quizzes.
many.
Blimey.
My sister's written
Mr.
27,
Luke got that bang on.
I'll be real.
27 or 56. Not much difference there, Brie. Right, question number 3. You're going to get 2 points for the right answer, 1 point for 1 either way. So, how many games did Newport lose this season?
30.
1,
Right, okay.
2, 3. Shout your answer.
Hang on.
21.
19.
20.
I'm now thinking it's below 20. All I remember was losses.
Huh?
And what
Oh, I
was
went
your...
18. Sorry, 18.
Right, none of you were getting a point. It was 23.
Ooh.
I was the closest and I had the highest number.
I will give a fuck.
Can you give me a point because you feel sorry for me?
I mean, I'm at this rate.
I know I told you I'm bad.
How many points? Or you're getting a tolerance of 5 each way for this one. Or 10 points if you get it spot on. Right? So, how many points did Stockport get this season in the league?
Oh, shit and hell, I do want graphics as well.
I think I know this.
I don't think I know this.
1,
I do love a
2,
graphics.
3. Shout your answers.
92.
93.
87.
Shah?
78.
What, for winning the league?
I don't know. You put me under pressure. I have anxiety.
Right.
I might need to go to the toilet, Vishri. I'm getting belly.
Individually now.
Individually, 93.
92.
87.
110.
So I'm going to get 1 point, but Uncle Nick's getting 10.
Oh, yeah!
Oh, honestly, I can't handle under pressure. I have really bad anxiety. I honestly feel like my IBS is starting now.
Question number 5 is, how many matches did Portsmouth lose in the league this season?
Oh, not many.
So I'm going to just give you not long because obviously it's a guess anyway. So 1, 2, 3, answers shout.
7.
6.
Did you say 5, Shah?
I said 5.
You're getting 10 points, mate.
I've got 10 points.
And what did you say?
6. I was 1 off.
You can have 1 point.
Oh, thank you.
Kieran,
So I also said 6.
You said 6 as well, yeah.
Uncle Nick,
I said 7.
you can have 1 then as well.
Woohoo.
Right.
Yay, woo.
Question number
Losers.
6.
I'm joking.
Question number 6. If you get this spot on, it's 10 points.
Oh.
One either way, you're going to get 1 point. So, how many games did Carlisle win this season in the league?
Not many.
1, 2, 3, go.
6.
11.
9.
Did anyone say 7?
Yeah.
No.
You did
No.
not, Charlotte.
6.
Shall you
I said
say
6.
a point? What did you say, Anne?
Well, I said 11, but it sounds like 7. 11.
What did you say,
I said 9.
Kieran?
I said 6.
Did you really?
I did say 6, I promise.
The correct answer is 7 anyway. Right.
See, I could have cheated there,
I
couldn't
got
I?
the point.
This is you're either right or you're wrong. So, who did Derby play in their last game of the season?
I don't care.
Oh, I should know this. I watched it.
One, 2, 3, shout a team.
Portsmouth.
Oh, it's Port Vale. I don't fucking know.
Crap.
And
I watched
Nick,
the
not getting
Carlisle. Carlisle.
Oh, I haven't got a clue.
Can't- yeah.
The team.
I think it's Carlisle. I'm sure I watched
Right,
it.
you've got a point for that, and
It was
Do you wanna get
Carlisle.
10?
Can I just put it out there, right? We have had the biggest views ever tonight live on this podcast. And I made myself look like a bigger bell end than I usually do.
Yeah, how can I only get
Thanks,
1
lads and
point for that?
lasses.
this next question is a team from.
Can I just put my hand up here just for a little bit of a kind of steward's inquiry? How comes I only got 1 point for that?
It's
1 point? What a bloody
It's
right.
Well, it's not like,
the next,
to be fair, Ant, it's not like you can get 1 up or down.
That's true, yeah.
the questions that you're going to get 10 points are for the ones that you have to guess the numbers.
All right, okay.
Right. So this one, you could get 11 points because you need to guess the team and the number. Okay. So, what team in the championship had the most yellow cards this season?
Championship.
1, 2, 3, guess.
I don't know.
I said 1, 2, 3, guess. Just shout a team out if you don't know.
Millwall,
Leeds.
27.
Millwall, yeah. Millwall, why not?
Chef Wednesday.
Right. None of you got it right. The answer's Preston. But
Okay.
10 points are still up for grabs here. If you get within 5 either way, I'll give you 2 points. If you get within 10, I'll give you 1 point. If you get it spot on, I'll give you 10 points. Okay? So, guess the number. 1, 2, 3, go.
57.
27.
56 and 57.
Yeah,
I
I
said
said 57.
86.
27.
I said 63.
And what did you, Uncle Nick, what did you say?
27.
Okay.
The
Kieran.
highest.
I said 63.
What?
63.
Right. None of you are getting any points because it's 110.
I said 86.
Bloody hell.
I was the closest. Please give me 1 point. Just one. Half a point.
Been the closest once.
Here we go. Next question. Who got the most red cards in the championship? Just the team.
Ooh.
1, 2, 3, guess.
Sunderland.
Hull
Preston.
City.
Who's in the championship now?
I know, that's the trouble. I can't even think who's in it.
Rotherham.
What did they say, Preston?
Answer was Sheffield Wednesday.
Oh, I'm dead last time. Bloody hell.
Do you want the bonus thing for the
No.
the number?
I give up.
9.
Okay, number 10. It's only the right answer or not. 1 point. In the Championship playoff final, who scored?
Adam Armstrong.
I said Southampton.
Adam Buckland.
Anyone
I
else?
Armstrong, but Southampton.
Nick,
Yeah, it was Armstrong.
Kieran,
So it was Adam Armstrong.
Southampton.
I get 2 points for saying both.
So I'm gonna.
I'm going to say no on that one, babe, as much as I love you. Right. The next one. Name 4 points up for grabs here. The bottom 4 teams in the National League.
Oxford City,
Oxford City.
Dorking.
Oxford City,
Boreham
Dorking,
Boreham
Boreham,
And
Wood,
Kidderminster.
There you go.
Can we get a team
Right.
effort?
Kieran's getting 2 points.
I'll get 2. I'll take it.
Ant's getting 3 points.
I'll take it.
Char's getting 3 points. And Uncle Nick's getting 4 points.
All right, fair enough.
I named 2 as well.
Do as well.
Right. The next one. Which footballer scored the most goals in the National League this season?
Will Grigg.
I know this. It's going to piss me off.
Oh, Paul
It's not what
McCallum.
you think it.
Paul
Yeah,
McCallum.
it is. I'm sure it is.
Uncle
I
Nick?
won't cheat. I don't know, but I won't cheat. Don't know.
Right. Shar and Kieran can both have a point.
It's not who you think it is, yeah? Because I automatically
It is,
was like,
because
which...
you just said who it is. Right. You're going to get 10 points if you get this spot on.
It is.
You got 2 points within 5 and within 4 and 1 point. So, what was Rochdale's goal difference this season?
Oh, fucking hell. I think we were in +1. For once, I think we were in +1. Oh, we weren't
No,
negative
sorry.
anyway, I don't think.
Oh, shit. I've written down the question wrong. Hold on.
Oh my god.
We weren't negative, though, for once. I'm sure we're in the plus.
Wait. I don't want the goal difference.
Oh,
What I actually want is how many points Rochdale got this season.
oh. Is it not? I can't
And
remember.
it's going to be 10 points for the correct one or
This is gonna
1
piss
point
me
for
off.
5
I can't
either way.
remember.
Again, right? So I'm going back on what I said a minute ago, but I don't care. It's my rules. So 1, 2, 3, shout.
78.
69.
64.
I can't remember.
Shall I just guess?
59.
Right. Shara and Ant, you're both getting a point.
What was it?
What
nice.
did you say, Kieran and Nick?
69. Out of sheer
78.
comedic. Out of
So
sheer
immature,
funny.
Kieran.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, that's your fault for thinking it was
Nick,
immature.
shh. Nick, did you say 58 or 68?
No, 78.
Oh, right. It was 62.
Oh.
You know
Oh.
what? I'll take
Oh,
that.
yes, we won against Fingers at 59. We won against Southend last game at season.
Right.
Yeah.
Question. What team does Cameron Burgess play for? Don't shout it out till I say shout it out. And any of those 4 leagues, by the way. 1, 2, 3, go.
Chesterfield.
Carlisle.
Fucking, I don't fucking Fleetwood. I don't know. I don't have a fucking clue.
This is class. I love it.
I think Mr. Luke's right, by the way.
No, it's not. Shara, have you
I
guessed?
said Port Vale.
Oh. It's Ipswich.
Ipswich. Oh, yeah, he's centre half, isn't he?
Il Poix. Next question. Who does Barley Mumba play for?
Fuck's sake, I know the
I
name.
know this because he used to play for Sunderland.
I know the name.
Are you 3, 2, 1 in?
3, 2, 1, go.
Plymouth.
Barnet.
Oh, City.
What did you
Plymouth.
say, Nick?
Oh, City.
Kieran?
Plymouth. I don't fucking
You
know.
did say Plymouth.
I did say Plymouth at the end, yeah.
You said something else first.
I said I don't fucking know, and then said Plymouth. Yeah, that was my exact words. You can take it as I don't know.
Shah, what did you say?
Oh, I'm not even repeating the answer because it was that bad, so it wasn't right anyway.
I'm only giving Ant a point because Kieran cheated.
Go on, Anne.
Right. Who does Ender Stevens play?
Who? He's Ender Stevens.
God.
I honestly think I've just pissed my pants.
I thought you called him Ender Stevens.
I got chuffed. Someone out of Corrie. I'm going to go Coronation Street.
Fucking Ender. Sorry, Edna. I mean, Ender. I mean, what? You know what your name is?
I don't even care now.
Right.
I'm getting a shirt with Edna on the back.
Who does
Oh my God.
Ender Stevens play for? You fucker. 1, 2, 3, go.
Crawley.
Stoke City.
Jesus, that was funny.
No.
Beside us. Char, what did you say?
Swansea.
Uncle Nick, what did you say?
Crawley.
Kieran.
Don't have a fucking clue.
Right, if you get this right, and you're getting 10 points.
I know who it is. It's he plays for Stoke.
All right, yeah, you do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, next question is, who does Jordan Keane play for? 20 points
Who?
if you get the right answer.
20 points.
Yeah, because it's my rule.
All right. What's his name?
Jordan Keane.
Keane.
Yes.
Jordan Keane.
Did it. 1, 2, 3, Shah.
Cambridge
Swansea.
United.
I'm
This
just
is
shouting
Swansea
Swansea.
for everything.
Cambridge United. Haven't got a clue.
No, Uncle Nick.
Portsmouth.
Kieran.
Bristol City.
Halifax Town.
No, he probably scored against us.
Right,
yeah.
I had to get this one. I think you should. If you get it in the chat, Mr. Luke, don't answer. Who does Regan
Gateshead.
play for?
Gateshead.
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 Please have any
Gateshead.
question. It's got to be Gateshead.
Right, 1 point
Gateshead.
all right. Calm down.
Yeah.
God, that Edna's killed
Oh
me.
shit! I just put Ant's 10 points on Kieran. Hold on.
Cheers, Ant. You know, donating them to a worthy cause.
Welcome.
Yeah,
Right.
I'll be spending them out as well.
Fixed it now. Who does Max Dean play for?
Yeah, I got it.
Max, who?
Yeah.
And if you get it how I've written it on this piece of paper, I'm going to give you bonus points.
I think I know who it is then.
Oh, franchise.
Franchise FC.
Yeah, franchise FC, isn't it? Let's be fair.
You can all have 1 point, but for lols, how have I written it down on this piece of paper?
Fucking
Him?
franchise bastards.
Franchise.
Milton.
Franchise.
I don't know,
Franchise,
Milton Keynes
fucking
franchise.
Uncle Nick, are you guessing?
Yeah, I said franchise fucking FC.
Oh no, MK Shite.
Oh.
Shite.
Right. Next one. Who is Josh Andrews a goalkeeper for?
Oh, I thought it was a striker then. I knew that because we had him on loan. I didn't know they were a keeper as well.
1, 2, 3, go.
I don't know. Birmingham.
Fleetwood.
You can't go.
Birmingham.
And
Gillingham. Haven't got a clue.
you just fucking Googled it.
I haven't. I don't know who he is.
Ja.
Well, the Josh Andrews I know plays for Gillingham, but he's a forward
Well, it's Gillingham.
because we had him on loan. He's been at
Look, I'm on
Doncaster and
flight.
everything.
Look, flight mode's on. Look. BC.
Right, next one. Who does Jamie Reid play for?
Stevenage. Moving
Anyone?
on.
Northampton.
Sha?
Derby.
And
Doncaster Rovers.
Kieran's getting a point. Stevenage.
Yay!
Right, there's only 3 more questions before the hard
Thank
bit.
God
The
for
hard
that.
bit.
The hard bit.
Who was the most red-carded player in League One? I've never heard of him, so I'll take the team if you want that he plays for. So it's not the team that's the most red-carded, it's the team that he plays for. Yeah.
All right.
1, 2,
Yeah,
3.
no.
Go.
Wigan Athletic.
Wigan. No, I don't want to say Wigan. Wickham.
Well, you said it now.
Well, I don't want to say Wigan. I want to say
Sha,
Wigan.
Nick.
Carlisle.
Portsmouth.
It was Burton.
All right. Okay.
Oh, well, I was wrong anyway. Don't matter.
Who was League Two's highest rated goalkeeper? I feel like he's a well-known name because we've discussed him a lot of times.
Your keeper. Your keeper. What's he called?
I'm gonna only accept right answers on this one, not
Ben
the same.
Hinchcliffe.
1, 2, 3, go.
Ben Hinchcliffe.
Ben
Hinchcliffe.
No, the Crawley keeper, but I can't remember his name.
Uncle Nick's getting 10 points.
Oh.
Yeah,
What, for not remembering somebody's name?
You said you don't accept the team. Did you? You just say I'm not going to accept the team name because we spoke about him a lot.
1 point.
10 points.
Right. Final question of this bit. Who finished the season 3rd place in the National League? Hi, Sam.
Braintree.
In the National League.
Solihull Moors.
Bromley.
Solihull. Who was the other one in the playoffs? Solihull.
Time's cracking on here, Uncle Nick.
All right, Solihull. Okay, I don't know.
No, it was Bromley. Well done, Kieran. 1 point.
Oh, you'll become with the B as well.
Right. This next bit is where you need to write down some letters.
No, I can't spell.
Oh, God.
I'm going to read the letters out and you need to tell me in the jumbled up format. Oh, yeah, I know.
What are you doing here, letters?
Back, by the way.
Where I need to open up fucking.
You write down letters as I say them.
Right. I have got my
I know
notebook
what
on. Is that all right? I have got my phone up, but I've got my notebook on.
The first person after I say 3, 2, 1 that shouts out the right answer gets 10 points. Only that person gets points.
What are
Right?
we
Is it
looking
like
for?
unscrambling the words
So
Like a footballer.
it's unscrambling the letters to make the
to make up to
name
make a
of
word?
a football team.
Yeah.
Right,
It's a
okay.
football team. Okay.
Okay.
So letters are for the number 1. There's only 6. R for Romeo, E for Echo, I for India, L for Lima, C for Charlie, T for Tango, E for Echo, S for Sierra, E for Echo. So R for Romeo, E for Echo, I for Indigo, L for Lima,
I got it. Got it.
T for Tango, E for Echo, S for Sierra, E for Echo. Well, 3, 2, 1.5, 1, go.
My brain didn't work fast enough. I'm awful at these games.
I'm a gobshite. Somebody will help me.
Right. Number 2, E for Echo.
Did you give me my points for that?
Shah was the quickest.
Oh, no, she wasn't.
Quickest first.
I went right in the screen as well.
Right, so number 2, E for Echo, M for Mike, O for Oscar. Oh, I need to start again because I would have heard that because he had his earphones out. And you're on mute, mate, darling.
Yep. Sorry, I kicked my headphones out. Yeah.
Right. I'll start again. E for Echo, M for Mike, O for Orange, E for Echo, A for Apple, C for Charlie, R for Romeo, B for Bravo, M for Mike. 1, 2, 3, go.
Morecambe.
Kieran's on it.
Yes!
No, he was
Come on!
not.
I put a T down
I
somewhere.
put
Put a T.
I put a T. Was it meant to be
I put a
C?
T.
I put a T
Yeah.
there.
I even said the like Charlie. I didn't say C for Tango.
Mm.
I thought it was a T.
I had a T.
I heard T as well.
Well, listen to what I
Hang on a
did,
minute.
but- Right, number 3.
I've got my bloody headphones on.
Hang on.
Laptop.
Hold on.
Running.
Ant's got his headphones in a twist.
Let's pretend 3, 2, 1, go, ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Carlisle.
I missed that one.
Yes,
We weren't
that
doing
one.
one. We weren't doing one.
All right, okay. All right.
Finally.
Right. G for golf. You've got to. G for golf. T for tango. E for echo. A for apple. S for sugar. N for November. V for Victor. E for echo.
What
E
was
for
what
echo.
was before Echo? Sorry.
I'll read it all out again.
Yeah, please.
G for golf.
I think I know it actually.
G for golf, T for tango, E for echo, A for apple, S for Sierra, N for November, V for Victor, E for echo, E for echo. 3, 2, 1, go.
Stevenage.
Stevenage.
Yeah. Char's got that. Oh, I haven't told you. I've got an individual forfeit for each of you. So
Oh, Jesus Christ.
only the winner doesn't have to do it. The other 3 have to do it.
Well, I'm doing it, aren't I?
Next one. G for golf. D for
Delta.
drugs.
Delta.
Levante.
I mean paracetamol, of course. Right. G for golf. D for delta. A for alpha. I for India. E for echo. R for Romeo. N for November. That's G for golf. D for delta.
Reading.
Right. You're disqualified.
What? I got it.
I said 3, 2, 1.
I know, but every time you say 3, 2, 1, Charlotte shouts out first anyway.
Because
Say 3,
Kieran,
2, 1, Claire. Say 3, 2, 1.
you might as well now. You ready, Uncle Nick?
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1.
Ready.
Ready.
You're all disqualified because I didn't say go. No points for anyone. But Shah, Kieran, and Uncle Nick can have 1 point each because they didn't cheat too early.
Didn't cheat too early.
And we'll have to start calling you Manchester City because you're a cheat.
Right. Next one. E for echo.
Oh, 1 minute. Sorry. Yeah.
E for echo. Did you get that, Shah?
Yeah.
S for Sierra. D for Delta. O for Oscar. U for uniform. H for hotel. T for tango. N for November. 3, 2, 1, go.
Southend.
I nearly shouted donuts.
Who shouted donuts?
Charlotte.
Shouting donuts.
I nearly shouted donuts. And then he just went, donuts.
Oh, I thought you were shouting donuts. Right. Unfortunately, this is the last one.
Oh.
N for November. Charlotte, compose yourself. I'm starting it. N for November. O for Oscar. W for whiskey. D for Delta. L for Lima. E for Echo. I for India. M for Mike. B for Bravo. 3, 2, 1, go!
Wimbledon.
Yeah.
Oh, you fucking twat. I thought that was really hard.
Well, I
believe I
originally
told us.
was debating myself, like debating it, but because you don't have the AFC at the bit, yeah, the real Wimbledon.
Just look at that. Like, near the bottom, can you see why I nearly shouted donuts? I mixed up with donuts.
Donuts FC. Come on.
Donuts FC, the team for me.
It's got
I
donuts
really
on my mind.
I really want to pick another couple now because I love that. Anyway, I'm not. It's getting late.
Oh, next time, please, can you do football players? Like surnames?
God,
Like
no, not
Euro-
with some of the ones we've signed. You're joking.
Euros. Euros edition.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I'll-
no, I haven't done. What's a
Oh,
euro?
chance.
Oh, that killed me off that.
You're gonna have to tell me what a euros is before that starts.
You won't know. You won't know about that with Wales.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, you will know about it. You've got England in the sweepstake.
Right.
Oh, good point. Yeah, good point. Good point.
Guys, should we have the winners? I mean, should we have the scores?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I've
go.
lost
Well, I
anyway.
haven't won. I haven't
Yeah,
won.
I haven't won either.
Uncle Nick is in 4th place with 21 points.
What? I scored a 10. I can't only have 21.
No, that's rocket.
Yes!
Got 20.
I didn't come last.
I'm not coming on again if there's a quiz.
Third place. Oh, he's gone. Oh, Nick, come back. Right. In 3rd place is Kieran with
I'll take
33.
What?
No, you can't bloody add up.
In 2nd place is Anne with 34. And in 1st place is Char with 41.
This is a stitch up.
Oh,
This is a stitch up.
Nearly answers donut for one of the
if I
questions.
understood my vote with Reading, I would have won.
These forfeits.
How did I fluke that?
Kieran's is more apps now. Before this, you're going to get a free game ban from being on the podcast if you refuse to do it. So are you all game?
Look
I'll
at
do
that
whatever.
first. Look at that.
I'm
No,
out for the
I'll
next
do
2 weeks
whatever.
anyway, so I'm all right.
Nick and Kieran, are you doing whatever?
I didn't hear what you said.
I said you've got to do the forfeit or you're getting a 2 or 3 game suspension from being on the pod.
Well, that means I don't have to do a
No,
quiz
we're
then.
Yeah, that means I don't have to come
No,
on.
we're
Yeah,
not.
I'll take that. Yeah, that's
Claire,
fine.
It'll just
Yeah,
be
guys, see you in a month. Bye.
Basically, okay, if you don't do it, Uncle Nick, I've got to give you 10 shots in a row at the meet up.
Oh, no, I can't
Oh.
drink that much.
Right,
Well,
well,
yeah,
you-
long as I haven't got to make too much noise, I get told off for making
You
too
don't
much
have to
noise.
make noise. Kieran, are you up for it and all, yeah?
Yeah, sure. Whatever.
Right. So, Anne,
Mhm.
you've got to make up a song on the spot about Middlesbrough being by far the greatest team.
Middlesbrough.
Should have said Newcastle.
Sing the song about like, sing the song they're by far the greatest team, or make up a song.
Well, whatever you want. Uncle
All right.
Nick, you've
Yeah.
got to do the same for Oxford United.
Oh, you was going to say that.
Kieran, you've
Yeah.
got to do the same for England. So,
I just
Can I
can't
take
believe
the
I
Can I
won.
take the ban? Can I take the ban?
as the loser, Uncle Nick, you're going first.
Hold on, let me grab something so I'm at least keeping my pride while singing this song.
Okay.
Oh, I've changed my mind about Ant as well. I read the wrong team. And yours is Newcastle.
I'll take the 3-game ban.
No.
I'll take the 3-game ban.
No.
No, you're not. You're not
I
allowed
will
to.
take the 3-game ban.
No, you won't.
You're not allowed to.
You said you're doing anything. Come on, Uncle Nick, you're first.
Okay. We have Des as our manager playing the Yellows. We're moving to a new stadium. We got promoted. Swindon are crap. They're in League 2. We're in League... No, we're in Championship. Oh, Oxford, we love you. Oxford United, we will win. We are the uni town, the best you've ever been. We play at Kassam. We're moving to Kidlington. we will be the biggest village team in the country.
Yes, Uncle Nick. I love it. Go on, Uncle Nick.
Next, it should be Kieran, but I'm going to leave Kieran till last because he's his national team. So, Anne, you're next about Newcastle.
Come on, Anne. If I can do it, you can do it, mate. We know you don't mean it. Just pretend you're a politician, because they just tell lies.
Yeah, that's true.
Shearer.
I'm trying to think of a Newcastle song.
No, you make it up in your head.
I actually know a good. To be fair, there's quite a good Newcastle song. All right, okay. Give me a striker from Sweden, signed him from Spaniard, and he plays in attack. Give me a striker from Sweden. His first name's Alexander, and his second's Isaac. There you go.
No, I thought you've got to sing a song about how Newcastle are the greatest team.
Oh, I thought I quite enjoyed that song.
You've got to think about Newcastle being the greatest team.
Can I just leave it at that? I really enjoyed that song. They play at St. James's. They really are great. Newcastle United always win games by 8. They've got Bruno in the middle and Isaac up front. And their manager is really nutter.
Well done, mate.
Thank you.
Right, Kieran, you're not allowed to sing English songs with a Welsh flag on you, so you can get that off.
Come on, Kieran, very patriotic now. Come on.
No, come on,
This is patriotic.
No, you're not. Wales.
I'm a
England.
politician, so I'm lying about everything I say in
Just
the next.
you think Jude Bellingham has scored the goal that has won you the money in the sweepstake?
The sweepstake's probably going to be about £5, so I'm not really going to give it.
£5 you didn't have before. £5 you didn't have before. Think
I
positive.
get the buying monster.
It'll get you.
Right.
Go towards your funds to
I don't know.
Bradford.
I can't fucking even think of an England song. I've never had to praise them once in my life.
You have to make it up.
You can just make it up, but you've got to sing about England's being the best.
I got to think of like a melody here, because I've at least got to make it a bit of a belter.
You've got to sing about how great they are and how much you love them. So, right.
Do I have to say I love them, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got to talk about all the players and how you love Gareth Southgate because he's a man.
Oh, Gareth
Now
Southgate.
that's really funny, actually. So I'll do that.
Go on, Ned.
But I don't think of a song.
Just make it up.
I can't think of a melody. This is why I never went into music.
It's a Newport song, but put about England being great and how much you love it.
We don't have songs. We're not very creative. We have Hi Ho Silver Lining. That's about it.
Exactly, sing it to that. I hope Gareth Southgate is the man.
Come on,
I've already started it
all
off
Welsh
for you.
can sing.
There you are. You're smart to be fair. Hold on. I'm going to Hi Ho Silver Lining now. I'm even doing the beginning bit. You're everywhere and nowhere, baby. That's where you're at. Going down a bumpy hillside in your England hat. Flying to Germany. Oh, winning the Euros. Da-da, da-da. I love Gareth Southgate.
Woo!
In his waistcoat. And it's Hi Ho England.
You may as well be English now.
Thanks, guys. Okay, let me put this
getting
back on.
clipped after.
Oh, yeah,
Kieran's
I'm
reaction
putting
when he
this
got
back
England
on.
in the
Okay.
sweepstake.
No, because I'm going to clip a little bit after it. This shit and fuck off. I'm clicking this bit for afterwards of the song being posted. I did not want to do this.
Sorry, Kieran.
Oh my God!
I don't consent to any of this, and I do not agree.
Oh, Kieran, your internet's playing up. I'm so sorry.
Has he gone?
I've been
I
put
removed
backstage. I don't condone. I'm all heat.
Oh, that was so funny.
Claire, I'm just glad I'm like one of your besties because I did not win that quiz.
Yeah, you did. You scored 10 twice.
I would have won if I hadn't bloody
By
buggered
the
up with
way-
getting read in too early.
Yours was going to be Oldham.
Oh, I would have been like, oh, sorry, everyone, my internet, a bit of storm.
I got the worst one. That sounds
you
going to haunt
didn't.
me for the rest of my life.
That was quality. That was absolutely
Thanks,
quality.
guys. You know what? If that's played out in Germany, you know what? We'll take it.
I think that's everything for tonight, isn't it? What a
Yeah,
fun show
I'm
it's
okay. I'm voluntarily taking the 3-week suspension as well. That's my choice.
been. You're not.
So
I'm
that's
taking
all
hold of that.
Wait till next week when you go, oh, I ain't got anything to do. Let's go and talk shit about football.
Or if England end up losing any games, Kieran will be straight
Oh,
on
if
it.
you end up losing any games, I'll be straight in. Yeah, I'll be
Exactly.
straight in.
You've
You'll
got
be
a ban if we
banned.
lose.
No,
Yeah.
Straight in,
banned.
bucket hats on, flags
Or
away.
if Newport make a few signings next week, he'll be right on it.
I'll be in here, like Sonic said, we're going to win the league. We're going to win the league. Wales are qualifying for the next Euros, and we're going to win it all. It's going to be fine. With big old Rob Page at the wheel.
Kieran, take a winner, wacky backy.
Listen, Rob Page at the wheel. How good does it feel? It doesn't feel very good. He's crap.
I think that's everything for tonight anyway, so we'll quickly do the socials and then we will let everyone go because it has been a long one, but it's been a fun one at that. Claire,
Yes,
I know. I just snorted. Claire, where can everybody find you? Apart from obviously doing quizzes, because you're fantastic at them.
You can find me on Twitter, Claire_Jeffs. Look forward to seeing you there.
Sorry, everyone. And where can everybody find you?
Beyond.
That you pointed to the middle of your screen then.
Beyond.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, no, you're pointing the wrong way.
_Watterson at Howie Pod. Hi. Bye.
Uncle Nick, where can everybody find you?
Somewhere in Oxfordshire.
Not doing any quizzes, not taking part in any quizzes.
No, not being mentally scarred. No, it's Ocus_road on Twitter. That's about it.
It's not. It's Rodocus on Twitter.
Oh, is it road_Ocus? I'm on
it's
Twitter somewhere.
He's on Twitter somewhere.
I'm on Twitter somewhere.
Kieran, where can everybody find you?
A couple of places. So you
Apart
got
from
the,
cheering on England, not
none
tomorrow.
at all. For the sweepstake, yes, but patriotically, no. Kieran UTC, but I will also be available walking around England, emptying everyone's bins while they're away on their little vacation to Germany. So you can't say that I'm not very nice to you all. I'll even empty your bins.
Why do you empty bins?
Because, everyone's off to Germany from England having a nice time. I don't have
Have you
anything
got
to
a job
do.
as a bin man?
Yeah, I'm a bin man, man.
Are you?
Yeah,
I don't know if you're being serious or not.
a bin man, yeah.
I don't. Are
Full
you
time.
actually?
I'm a full-time bin man, yeah.
Are you actually?
The fact that I've guilt tripped you into thinking I'm a bin man's really funny. This
I
is,
mean,
I'm not a bin
I
man,
am.
no. Not there's anything wrong with being a bin man. They get paid really nice. But no, I'm not a bin man. Metaphorically, I'm a bin man.
And if anybody wants to find me, I am SharXREFC. That is on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. My Her Game 2 stuff as well is Rochdale HGT. And of course, I can't stop laughing. I've just got shouting donuts in my head. And of course, the most important ones, the Absolute Football Podcast. On Twitter, we are Absolute Ball Pod. On YouTube and Twitch, we are Absolute Football Podcast. On TikTok, we are Absolute Football Pod. On Instagram and Threads, we are Absolute Football Podcast _. On Facebook, we have Absolute Football Podcast. We will be mixing up the content over the 3 shows because obviously there's not much football to talk about. But I think on Monday's show, we'll be covering more of the Euros. But that is usually our Premier League and European show. Wednesdays is our WSL and Women's Championship show. And then on Thursdays, it is the Lower League show where we cover the EFL Championship, League 1, League 2, the National League. And as from next season, the National League North and South, which is very, very exciting. And I'm so excited for that. But thank you so much as well to everybody in the chat. We really appreciate you coming in and supporting us. You were honestly amazing. And as I mentioned before, on a live show, this is the most views we have ever had on any platforms. That is including like Twitter, YouTube, Twitch. So thank you so much. We really do appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hope you all as well have a fantastic weekend. And yeah, love you all. Over and